Who's playing? Like, what's happening is like...
They're all Pranay's friends.
Yeah, it's like, it's all like first name. There's not even artist names anymore. It's just like Indian first names and everyone's playing. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, but I love just like how... Fuck.
Guys, make for anyone?
Everybody's playing the same fucking shit. And it's been happening for a few years now. There's only a few DJs sound where they're actually digging and finding cool shit and not just playing what they saw their friends. Fucking Tabasco hits the back of your throat.
Damn.
Yeah, we're good. It's my bad. Go ahead, ignore me. I dip my boiled eggs in this shit.
No, the actual...
I swear I do. Ask anybody in my office.
This is the fucking OG one. It's called Hoot, right?
Hoot.
It's B-H-U-T.
Yeah, it's good.
Also, big shout out to Burgerama for sending us some burgers, some wings, and like the vibes. Good vibes.
Yeah, do a shot. Views.
Oh my
God. Jesus.
Headline act, big font, this, that. They're teaching them when to show up also.
Yeah.
You show up at this slot because this is when the main guys play.
And taste is something that we can't teach someone
You can't teach anybody
in
taste.
one show.
I love the idea of art existing. I love the idea of paradoxical thought.
I, for some reason, maybe it's just me, but maybe it's you as well, maybe all DJs, like whenever I listen to a track that I'm really into, I always visualize myself playing it for an audience.
How many guys do you think are watching this?
I mean, whoever's listening to this, if you're into hip
For my American audience,
Yo, Tigolo and Knife Wonder, maybe. We got your girl undulating to the rhythm of the drum. Wet t-shirt looking like a vacation. Take it off like Monday, baby, and there will be no underrating. So please.
Okay, you guys good?
good man.
Yeah, I think
Good
so.
to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you filming? Solid. So what are you guys listening to on your way here? Apart from like each other talk.
Bunch of shit, dude. It was a 2-hour ride, so
Yeah.
But I think like mostly it was like classic hip hop.
Yeah,
And
classic
like
hip-hop.
there was like some Nas, there was some
Madlib, John Wayne.
Madlib, there was a lot of what do you call it? Blue and Exile. If you guys haven't heard Blue and Exile, you should listen to Blue and Exile. Their album
How many guys do you think are watching this?
I mean, whoever's listening to this, if you're into hip
For my
hop,
American audience, like
I mean, if you like classic hip hop, it's like that kind of stuff. That's like like really like Jay Dilla-esque instrumentation. Then
Nice,
Blue and Exiles, Give Me My Flowers While I Can Still Smell Them. That album, it's a classic album. I have a poster in my room. I was telling him.
Yeah.
But you should check that album out. But yeah, just like classic easy vibes.
hip
basically.
hop.
Okay, you
Easy.
guys were together.
Yeah, we
Whenever
drove
you
it.
ask the other people like who come on the podcast the same question. They just say, "Oh, we were on the phone," or maybe like ZZ was like, "Oh, I was listening to my own music." I was like, "Nice."
Nah.
Now we
Yeah.
got actual DJs and they have an opinion. Oh, they're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, now we'll listen to this."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, different days, different moods. So
Yeah.
today was very.
And I feel like whenever me and Utkarsh, like we find ourselves like in the car together a lot, like driving back late night, like going somewhere, and it's always like we always kind of make sure to acknowledge what's being played.
I mean,
like
I
we-
think
Yeah, of course.
that's everywhere
Everyone.
now.
Yeah, like
Whether it's in a car or a restaurant or whatever, I think music is important.
Yeah.
It affects me. So yeah.
but he always like has just like whenever I sit with him in his car and his playlist is going, I always leave with like 5 new tunes and I'm like, fuck, I am playing this in my next set, like for sure.
Shameless Shazam.
I'm shameless, bro. My
You play stuff like that in your sets. You don't play no Madlib and like.
no. I mean, okay, so
It's not really club friendly
Exactly.
per
Yeah.
se. But yeah, depends on if it's an event like a daytime event. Maybe you could
Sure.
get away with
Yeah.
it, but
Radio shows.
yeah, but it's more personal listening. I
Correct.
think there is definitely certain genres that are personal listening, and
100%.
I don't feel like playing them.
That's so true. But but there are certain spaces where, recently, like Stranger and stuff, like those kind of shows, I find like a lot more freedom. I'm like, okay, because it's more of a sit down, more of like a cozy, sexy vibe, like, okay, I'm going to start with things that I would usually reserve for personal listening,
yeah.
but just see how it might sound and like just kind of, and I love like playing that kind of stuff and just like seeing even like diners, people who are like seated, people on dates, like this like kind of like cute vibe. Like just like slowly kind of like gradually kind of just like this energy being built up.
Yeah.
Like playing like old like Fela Kuti or like playing old hip hop or like playing like Quasimoto, like stuff like that.
Right.
And yeah, and now it's weird because like whenever I listen to music, I'm always first is a filter of the DJ.
Okay.
Like can I fit this into
Yeah,
my set
I'm actually
somehow?
trying to retract away from that a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's
That it
cool.
doesn't
Well, I
always
didn't get the
need to.
point.
Yeah, like it doesn't need to be a banger. Like everything doesn't need to go from a filter of will I play this in my set or not. I think this was taking me away from a lot of music that I used to.
So you listen to music like that?
Yeah, now I'm listening to a lot of. I'm going back
Yeah.
to a lot of music like live instrumentation, jazz, rock,
100%.
and stuff like which I think was very like important listening for me. But because of events and DJing and just doing this professionally, kind of just like through that lens, I'm like, will I play this in a set or not? So I was moving away from that and just finding more bangers, edits, UKG
You
flips.
haven't been doing that.
I'm still obviously doing that. Like there is a SoundCloud stream going on. There's like all of that, like finding Shazamming reels to find the next new hot tracks. That's going on, but I'm keeping enough space for like just quality listening. I mean, there was a time where we used to just listen to music.
And that's why
it wasn't like a background.
You said you enjoyed music and listening to it and like all types of it. And
See, but the listening and enjoying it and actually like the deep act of like listening to music, which is a very like sacred personal thing, is still there. But like I still now even like listen to music and I'm thinking about like, oh, would I be able to contextualize this in for an audience? Like my DJ mind never turns off. Like for example, I was in the car driving to work the other day and I was listening to like Men I Trust and like those kind of like those like softer indie rock kind of bands that are like incredible bands. And I was listening to them and I was like, okay, the next time I get a show like A Stranger Again, or like I know ki acha theek hai yahan pe matlab I have like 2 hours of just like kind of easy sundowner or like just like a bar kind of, I can try and play, you know, some Mazzy Star. I can play some Portishead. I can play some Men I Trust. I can play some.
if not the original track, you can always find some nice edit of the track.
Edits and all is fine.
Edits
It's
is
also
fine.
about
I'm a
visualizing
bit
a
anti-edit.
setting, like trying,
Yeah.
like as a DJ wanting to play a setting where that fits in as an original track. Like, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely that. Like I for some reason, maybe it's just me, but maybe it's you as well, maybe all DJs, like whenever I listen to a track that I'm really into, I always visualize myself playing it for an audience. I'm like, okay, where could this work? I'm just like, okay, cool. This is like this soft kind of just like indie-esque kind of vibe, but I'm like, okay, cool. Fuck, maybe as a closer, maybe as an opener, maybe like as this unexpected.
Would you play death metal?
That's one thing, because I mean, for people who might not know, that's like I'm a metalhead. Like I've grown up as a metalhead.
I've been a metalhead. Like
I've
big
always tried.
Yeah.
I've always
emo
thought
hair,
about
black
it.
nail paint. Like I've got.
You give the vibe. Like from that now moving like I'm a piano and soul. And
Yeah.
No, I've had all musical phases because I believe it's like life learnings are in parallel
Bruv.
to the kind of music I listen
We were
to. So
both
I go
like
and-
black nail polish, fucking tight jeans, black t-shirts.
We didn't
like,
know each other then,
we,
but
we didn't know, but we've seen pictures of each other through that phase.
I've had that phase. I've had like Psytrance, Sybian, fucking UKG, IDM, whatever. I've had all those phases, and I go in like I take on that personality and like pick up that.
That's crazy.
So
Like for example, like I think at Magfields, I wasn't there, but Girls Night Out VJ, he told me that he saw Jitwam play there, and Jitwam, and like the kind of adjective that VJ used for Jitwam said was like it was so free.
Yeah.
Because at one point he played like Blur's song too, the ting ting ting, and apparently like he went nuts and it worked perfectly. I was like, fuck, that's such a
the
cool.
setting matters so much.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, there's so much. Like, I would love to play like an Oasis song in like a set.
But
like,
I've now started to
to
experiment like when you can build tension and you can cut it and you can cut the tension with something that is obscure also. So you can bring in tracks like that.
And there's sorry, last one. I was saying that there's so much like non-dance music, like there's so much like organic music that can work so well in a dance music setting. Like if you just kind of if you just think about it like a bit more,
Especially
like this,
since we're open format and like I play from like anywhere from like I now start at 110 BPM, but like I would still play like a 70 to 140 set in any even 170 whatever. Like it can fit in. You know?
it could.
We've done that. Like we've done that a lot of times.
Sure, yeah,
You know,
precisely.
Yes, but like quick introduction
So
to you guys. You can introduce yourselves just to like
why don't you go ahead?
as a
Utkarsh.
DJ, as a designer. As
Yeah,
an
name's
entrepreneur.
Utkarsh. I play, I DJ, I produce music as the Greybox. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm building a business. I also do UI, UX, brand strategy.
Yeah.
Do a bunch of things, man, like different things. Just try to have a good day every day. Yeah.
He's a modern Renaissance man.
How did the Greybox come about? Like the name Greybox.
I think there was a lot of like internal thought about firstly whether I want a name or not, and should I just use my own name? Like, because it's like, do I want to create a split between the identity of who I am and then this other thing? And then thought about it and just like generally, I think Greybox comes from grey is like sort of subjectivity of life, and the box is the constant desire to objectify that subjectivity. So
Okay, interesting.
I love the idea of art existing. I love the idea of paradoxical thought, where essentially it's like every time a thing exists, the opposite of that also exists. And humans are constantly trying to seek that it's either this or that, but life happens in that grayness, in that spectrum of that. So kind of that became the principle of what I always do, whether it's art, design, fashion. I just want to invoke more paradoxical thought in people, that if you believe in something, keep space for the opposite, or because that might be someone else's truth. So
So if you can quickly also introduce your businesses and the daytime role that you have.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a freelance consultant doing brand strategy and interface experience design for a while. So that's one thing that I do. Then I also am parallelly building a business. It's called Again. It's essentially a marketplace for selling excess clothing.
Right.
So it's also, in a way, you could say consolidating thrift shops, but also realizing that all of us are sitting on excess clothing.
Right.
There's enough clothing that is being produced, is out there, that can be reworn. So the idea is to make it super, super simple for you to be able to sell what you don't wear.
Right.
But on the other hand, also make it super easy to...
I'm super excited to have WIP sponsoring today's episode, because they're the ones behind the scenes helping creators like me bring ideas to life. WIP sits at the intersection of technology and art, empowering storytellers to transform their visions into reality. In this AI-driven age, they're the champions of authentic, human-led content. Whether it's series like this, performance art shows, or even concerts, WIP gives us the platform to share, create, and shine.
Buy something. Like, you buy it, you wear it for a party. I'm not saying shopping. We love shopping. Buy it, wear it for a party, but also let it go.
Yeah.
Let someone else wear it now.
Correct.
So that's the second thing. And then weekends, we party. We DJ, we have fun. Like,
Slow down.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sometimes the weekend starts on Wednesday, but you know.
Used to anyway.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Soopy, quick introduction.
My is not as impressive as his, but my name is Siddhant, but I go by Soopy. It used to be MC Soopy, but now it's just Soopy. So any
Soopy.
promoter, please remember, it's just
Straight
Soopy.
right, MC
It's
Soopy.
not Mux Scoopy. It's not MC Scoopy. It's
Hyderabad, remember you were
Oh,
next
bro.
Snoopy.
It's not fucking Snoopy. It is just Soopy. Please, God. Anyway, so yeah, my name is Soopy. The name basically came out as like a pet nickname I had as a child, because my full name is Siddhant Roop Rai. So Roop is my middle name, Rai is my last name. It was basically just a contraction of the entire name, and it was like, it used to be like soup and rice, and then it was just Soopy. It just became Soopy, and I've had that name since I was like in the 2nd, 3rd grade, or even younger. So it just stuck. So yeah, I DJ and on the weekends, and otherwise I work at Zomato Live, Zomato's brand new ticketing division. Yeah, and I used to work in film production, and before that I used to work in tech at LinkedIn. But my current role is in the ticketing business with Zomato.
Fantastic.
That's what I do.
And how did your journey in music come about?
Man, so I've been musical my entire life, but like nobody in my family is into music. I'll tell you like a quick like thing. Like
Do we consider DJs to be musicians?
That's a complicated question.
Yeah. I think creation or curation. I mean, curation also,
yes.
Yeah, but curation is also a form of creation. So I would say.
So true. Yeah, that I agree with. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, where was I? Yeah, so my journey with music basically started like when I was like a child, like as anybody else. I got into like Indian classical music and Hindustani classical vocals. So I was like trained, like my mom was like, oh, this could be an interesting thing for him to kind of do. I did that, and then I got into like playing the harmonium and stuff like that. And so I was very into like that Hindustani classical vibe. But then I got older and I was like, fuck that shit, I'm not doing that anymore. That it wasn't cool to me anymore, because I found like hip hop and I found just like rap music. I found the gorillas and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool, this is my new thing. And from there,
You did your schooling and college in Delhi?
So this is in between Bombay and Delhi. So I was born in Delhi, but I was raised in Bombay, and then I came back to Delhi after that. And then from there it went into bands. I was into hardcore, like punk, metal, just like, post, like just like really like just aggressive music. And I was a singer. I've been a singer in like metal bands and like metal, just like the jam bands and stuff in Delhi for like a long time. So there's like idolizing bands like Napalm Death and Slayer, and then went into like, your Tools and your Opeths and stuff like that. But I'm still at the end of the day, I'm still like I still love that raw shit. I'm still like a hardcore guy. I love like just like punk and like black metal and stuff like that. And then from there, got into electronic music, and I think the first time I ever like really like listened to like electronic music, and I was like, wow, what is this? Was like Massive Attack.
Okay.
And so the first time I heard Massive Attack, I was like, okay, this is a whole new world of like sonics that I've never even like thought of. And from there, got into just what we all listen to now, just like dance music, house.
Right.
But I'm still like very.
But how did that particular journey come about? Like, how did you get into performing?
Oh, performing. So when I was in Pune for college, a bunch of my friends became DJs.
Okay.
I was still a bit kind of apprehensive and a bit not too sure of myself in terms of like just my ability or my taste at that point. So I was like, okay, I want to contribute to this scene, but I don't want to contribute as a DJ. So let me find a different avenue, and that's how the MCing started.
Same.
And so I was like, okay, I won't DJ, but I will be there as like this kind of conduit between what you're doing and the audience. Because at that point, I'm from like 2013, whatever.
Right.
Like bass music and stuff was still kind of new to the audience, and I was like, okay, we get it, our friends get it, but there's a whole other audience that doesn't seem to get it.
Correct.
So let me be the guy who's like on the mic being like, "Acha, 1, 2, 3, 4, jump!" Like literally, like a child's birthday party, like telling kids to have a good time.
That's even later. When he started emceeing, there was a lot of times when you were trying to do bars on the fly.
Yeah, sure. That was just me.
And he was also doing some gibberish.
I was just doing mad,
Like literally
gibberish, brother. And people were like, yo, that was sick. I was
Just the people were excited about the confidence.
Yeah. I was like, let's do it. But anyways, like it came about as just me kind of because I saw my friends DJ, and I saw that they weren't always getting the kind of response from the crowd that they expected, because the crowd didn't really fully get what was happening. So I was like, acha, they need some kind of like human element there between the DJ
need
and
triggers.
them.
They
need triggers.
Yeah.
They need a countdown. They need a trigger back then. Not anymore, of course. And so that's where like
So
my kind
man.
of
That's where the hype man thing.
yeah. So that's where the thing came, and that's where I then became kind of known and wanted by many DJs in the scene as that, being like, Soopy, can you come and MC for my set so you can better translate what I'm trying to do.
Pune.
This is in Pune. Then it went to Bombay also a little bit. Then it came back to Delhi.
Okay.
But it all began in Pune.
Right.
And then from there, I kind of got sick of hearing my own voice, and I was like, "Cha, cool. I'm kind of done with this MCing thing."
Yeah.
And then my confidence in like my abilities to like curate also strengthened, and eventually I got a radio show with Box Out, Shoutout to Mo, and called the Heat Check, which is like a hip hop show where I would only play hip hop music, trap mostly.
Music.
Huh?
Absolutely fuckboy music.
Yeah, complete fuckboy music. Just complete SoundCloud rips and shit. But all the music that I would play that week would be from the week before. So nothing uske pehle.
So all fresh.
All the things that only came out that week.
Yeah.
And it wasn't always very good. But that's where I kind of developed my chops as like a DJ. I got a bit more confident, and I would talk and introduce tracks and mix. And from there, it just, from the studio, from a radio show to the club.
Sweet.
Eventually, it took like a year or so, and then since
That's
then
been a good journey for you.
it's been great. It's been really fulfilling, and
Now
sorry, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
yapping.
How did your journey start in music?
Man, I think I always just loved music.
Yeah.
I loved listening to music. It was always just like it was a way to learn life for me. Like, you know,
Right.
so like I was always exploring different kinds of music. Initially, it was, I don't even know, man. I think I was getting stoned a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I was getting stoned a lot.
Sorry, just can I say like
That's how everybody's introduced to music.
the first time Massive Attack clicked, it was because I was high as fuck. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, what is this?
Yeah.
but
And
anyway,
I
that helps.
remember this friend of mine's some friend, like he gave a pen drive.
Yeah.
And that pen drive had everything from Psytrance to Sybian.
What year was this?
This is fucking, dude, this is 2008.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like
And-
still in high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's towards the end of school. And it had like everything from Square Pusher, Aphex Twin, Venetian Snares, Sybian, everything in it.
Wow, okay.
And it was a lot of music. And
Right.
that just opened me up to electronic music per se. And I was like, this is beyond what like instruments can create in a certain frequency. This is like now the sonic range. And that
But you weren't thinking like that at that moment.
I was like, this has opened up a new sonic range for me. You know, like it feels different, electronic music. And instantly took the leap to, because I was like just like doing engineering initially first year and stuff, to producing. So I was like, I want to replicate this. Like, how can I make sounds like this? So I'll go listen to Aphex Twin and I'll start producing something like kind of similar to that. FL Studio, start fucking with sounds. So I made it almost like a practice to just like a 20-minute session, make a beat, listen to it, nothing. Like, and then I would play it for my friends and they're like, bro, this is dope. Like, why don't you like sort of put it out? That journey has been really long. Like in terms of what music becomes when it becomes a product and it's to be shared is a whole new chapter, right? But just in terms of love for music, I think it translated into production and then
creation basically.
Yeah, and then obviously started going out, started doing attending events and all. And through that, like at some point when I guess again, like when Box Out came about, is the first time I felt like I actually want to get involved.
Well, that's
much later.
Much later.
Back then, I'm just attending parties. Okay. I'm just going out. I'm attending music.
Well,
like
what's happening in the landscape back then? Like what's
like I think if we go back to like 2012 globally, and I was always sort of tuned into what's globally also happening. So if I go back 2005 or whatever, rock was hot. And then there's like hip hop on parallel, like Lil Wayne and stuff, 2007, that's happening. So I'm listening to a lot of that. And then it goes into like UKF, like dubstep stuff. Like there's a lot of dubstep, drum and bass. That's
it's all 2011, 2012.
2012.
And the first time you heard like Nero and like that fucking Blue Foundation remix.
But there were gigs happening.
Like
there were relevant gigs happening in Delhi that were playing that sound. There's like Trippy Tuesdays somewhere, shit happening. There's Zook in
I forgot about Trippy Tuesdays.
This venue called Zook that was doing it, which then changed to Out of the Box and Hoscast. So even the venues and things.
So like Zook.
I was a regular dude. I was just like smash vodka going, like just fucking
like Zook
skanking out to dubstep, you know, like so.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so then musically, then that goes into more like SoundCloud kind of sound, like beats, LA beat scene, and that opened up. So like which
that's more like 2015, 2016.
Yeah, which parallelly is always also feeding into the kind of music I'm producing, more explorative, like experimental hip hop and all that kind of stuff.
More of the selection sound.
Yeah, selection sound comes about, beats in general comes about.
Pretty Lights was also a big thing at that point.
And then at some point, fucking trap happened. And when trap happened, trap as a structure just blew everyone away. Like the thirds and the fourths, like the Migos came about, like. And trap really changed the hip hop scene.
I thought you meant like RL Grime and Hoochie and like that kind of trap sound.
That's the initial trap, like the all trap music on YouTube. Like
but that turned into more hip hop then.
Yeah, trap as a structure came about, but then that as you said, like it changed hip hop and it changed hip hop forever, which ends in saturation of people like Da Baby and Lil Baby, Migos, all following the same sort of structure. Yeah. And I think that's where hip hop got slightly saturated. And then I think then is where the scene per se started to mature and DJs started to explore further into like older house, UKG, all kinds of sound. And now it's like, I think the scene is like the people are way more informed about like different kinds of genres.
100%, but I feel like the scene
more dynamic.
About is so limited to like 50 people that we know. But beyond that, it is so much more about like.
I think the 50 is 500 now. Back then, it was definitely 50. It was this. I used to go out for events. It was the same people. They were listening to that sound, but people were really tuned into, and then they wanted to do something for it.
But the larger landscape never changed to like adapting to the kind of sound that we play, which is like more hip hop and like.
I mean,
it was all.
It's had its moments in time, dude. I feel like everything is kind of. I mean, one, it's cyclical because I also like remember like the moment that jungle became a thing again. Yeah. And like it was when Ben and Fort.
What is a thing again? I felt like 3 months ago. I felt like dubstep is back.
It's back. Yeah.
You know?
Oh my god.
I was
so
like
true.
drum and bass is
so
back.
True. Yeah.
Now I'm just like guitar is back, but like nothing's really back. It's like
everything is just like always existing. Like
the
it's just
time capsule is really small. Like it comes in, you see all the reels, and then it goes away. And then it's like in a way, I'm seeing a lot of positivity in that. Like people are being exposed to different genres. Maybe it's not intentional, but like people accidentally are listening to Young Lean or accidentally are listening to Aphex Twin. And through that, I'm hoping they're going and exploring that further. So that there's that positivity to it. But we did it different, man. We had to like
be. The general consumer did. Are people listening to a lot of these things?
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think
they're not.
Yeah, that
There's no
basically
motivation
what
to. There's no.
people
yeah.
are feeding them in,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
clubs, right?
Well,
It is
but
essentially that.
we also have to maybe distinguish between like what people are listening to at clubs and what people are listening to at home.
Are people even listening to music? That's what I was saying.
I think they are.
It used to be a complete act where you would say you would listen to music.
So,
right now, I feel like everything has just become like a hyper normalized background act. Like you're doing something else and music is on. Like like
I
you're
think
not
people-
doing it as a Who is listening to albums anymore? Like, are you listening to an entire album?
Yeah.
Which is conceptually
As
produced.
DJs, as producers,
No, it's,
Maybe
sorry,
as
one thing.
producers, maybe
Yeah,
even
yeah.
as DJs, I don't know. People are just like create station, next track. Like they're not really like.
maybe if I'm listening to like my favorite artist, then yes, I would
Yeah.
listen to
Yeah.
that.
And you're excited to check out their new project and like maybe
think
definitely
people
that's
are like-
happening. But
sorry,
like this playlisting, Spotify, this whole thing has just turned into like whatever's presented to me. We're more used to what's presented and what
But
the algorithm
algorithm's
feeds me.
so good. now.
It's amazing.
How would
No, but
you
sorry.
know it's good or not? It's like it's curated to your own echo chamber. It gives you that,
Correct.
but like that experience of finding something,
Yeah.
like a gem, and like I still hold some albums and artists that I found through my
Very
own
precious to
weird
yourself.
exploration.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is so personal to me.
Yeah.
It's moved me in a certain way, and I'm gonna fucking gatekeep it. I'm gonna keep it for myself. Why
But
not,
just
you know?
going back to a point that you said, I think people are also like when we would like let's say listen to music, we would like sit down, put our headphones on, just play it, and like actually like get into it. But I think like we also need to like kind of have some well just like people are recontextualizing what listening is now. Listening is no longer just okay, I'm gonna listen to this album and fully absorb it. It's also I'm gonna listen to this album and see how I can use this song or this. How can I like kind of like how can this piece of music or this album kind of like add to my sort of like
Image
how I
creation
present
process.
myself
Yeah,
to
image
the world
creation
itself,
process.
which I think is okay. Like,
Everything is an
for-
image creation
like,
process
For example,
now,
like
you know?
I had this thought like some time ago. Like I remember like when there wasn't Instagram or like when it was very very new.
Right.
When I would like listen to like a song that was like and I would be in the car, right, and I would be like just looking out the window like, oh my god, like wow, and like the song is like a music video in my head. I'm like, oh shit, like
So these little gay moments in life.
yeah, fuck. Anyway, so like these kind of like I would be like, wow, like just like this rain coming down, I'm just like looking outside. Now people can have that exact same experience with the song,
Right.
but they can actually make a fucking reel to show people that hey, this is how I felt when I heard that song.
Yeah, it's more about like
Which I
showcasing
think is
and
kinda
experiencing
sick.
that
I
rather
think
than
that's kinda sick.
experiencing the experience.
I think
You
it's
like
sick.
that trend?
I think, okay, I had so many music videos in my head for all these random songs that I love growing up. I'm like, oh man, this song, I can picture myself doing this. This song,
No,
this,
but
this.
you're touching on a
But
really
now-
interesting thing.
now
Like
kids can-
visualizing music
Yeah.
was a big thing for me.
And
Like I
now
would
kids can visualize that song
Yeah.
and would make it a reality and actually do it. Yes, it's cringy. Yes, it becomes a trend. Yes, sometimes that then you beat the song to
I'm not
fucking
even
death.
saying it's cringy. Any form
Sure.
of creation is good. I just think it comes in with analytics. You can now
Sure.
you see how your creation has performed.
You can. And
in
then you can-
comparison
yeah.
to other people, which I think is not like
Yeah.
a true experiment. Like
There are metrics to everything.
The
Yeah, it's
market
not
of
like-
it is problematic. Like once like your kind of vision gets manifested in a marketplace,
Yeah.
then it might be a problem because then it becomes competitive and then like the kind of like pure creativity aspect of it kind of gets lost. Might not always.
I mean, I would still say this is a pessimistic take on it.
Sure.
There is an optimistic
No, I'm
take
very
that
optimistic
people
about
are
this.
creating
Yeah.
amazing things.
Exactly.
They are actually creating really, really interesting.
Dude, there are so many
visuals
fucking
today.
reels I see now, or like of like old Deftones songs that I listened to when I was like 15, 14.
Right.
That kids who are now again at the same age are using that same song, the same way, the same feeling I had when I heard that song, but are putting it out in a visual format. And like you kind of and you're like, oh, that's this person's experience of this song. They do these cool edits. There's all these like weird things happening, and like fuck, that's pretty damn close to what I felt when I listened to Sex Tape by Deftones back then,
Yeah.
And I still do, but I just don't.
And maybe they're
do it.
finding their little tribal clique
Yeah.
through it, and that's great.
I-
You know, like
I think
I wish back then I had more people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
100%.
the first time I discovered something like Nicholas Jar or something, and I'm
Sure.
listening to that, I'm like, I wish I had like more people. I was thinking of apps where
true,
I was just like, can I create an app where people can list their musical interests and I can
Raya
connect.
does it, or like
Yeah,
all these apps
yeah.
do it. In fact, it's a great way to connect, right? Like how
Sure.
all of us have also, like how the three of us have also connected is purely on the basis of the kind of music that you
It's
listen
true.
to.
We met through Box Out.
We literally met at a Khan gig.
Oh yeah, that's pre-box.
Yeah, pre-box. But yeah, sorry, just last thing. I was like, I'm very kind of like bullish on how kids are consumed, because for all of like the kind of beaten to death trendy ways that music is utilized, there's also a whole universe and economy of like kids who are using old music, new music in really cool ways.
Okay.
And whenever I come across those creators or like those kind of people who are like, okay, they took a fucking Linkin Park song, or they took a Megadeth song and they used it in this context, which like kind of adds this whole other layer to it. I'm like, that's amazing. That's so cool. I wish
I think
did
the
that.
tool itself will never be a problem.
Yeah,
there
no,
will
for
be
sure.
What sort of tool?
like
Instagram.
IG is a platform
It's a platform.
as a
It's a
tool,
tool, yeah.
internet as a
Yeah.
tool,
No,
AI
yeah,
as a tool.
yeah.
The tool in itself is never good. Humans sometimes are actually pretty shitty
Oh, so you're
and
talking
also
about
very
tools
amazing.
being problematic or
because
or
I don't want
humans are
I don't want
problematic.
to sound super like
Pessimistic about like of people making reels on like do
we
whatever
should.
create.
It
I
is
think
very
there's-
easy to.
There's like really
Yeah.
good side to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a bad side to it also.
Yeah.
Like
It's
the
really easy to fall into that old guy shouting at kids like, yeah, you've like, no, fuck off, dude. What are you talking
The
about? Like,
community
this is what it
creation
is.
part has
Yeah.
become a non-negotiable. Like
Right.
you have to have a community.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And once those communities also exist in a comparative sphere, then it's like it's a competition now.
Exactly.
So if I
Which
actually
sucks,
genuinely
yeah.
like something that might not have the legs to have a really big
Yeah.
community instantly, like it's a slightly obscure taste or whatever, there's no motivation to follow it. Because
Yeah.
if I put something on, I won't get the likes or follows or whatever. So I'd rather
Yeah.
go and do the same UKG edits that everyone else is doing because then it works.
Correct.
Right?
The
And then I think
competition
that
is what kills
limiting.
creat-
That
yeah.
is limiting in a way for a new person coming into and like wanting to just explore. Like this is my sound. you know?
Yeah.
So you have to have that ruthless love and passion for this is my shit.
I feel like Instagram or like Reels is the only place where people say that the basic kind of thing about capitalism is like that competition creates creativity. I feel like on Instagram competition kills creativity. I feel like the more competitive you become, the less you kind of follow what you think comes naturally to you, like what you want to do. You just start to do the same
It
thing.
is a competition. Like people are competing
Sure.
for the same views or like
Attention
to be in the
is
same
that's the
shows
economy.
or the
yeah.
brand collaborations. If you have a community, it works. If you don't have a community, it won't work.
Sure, and
So it
that's
is a
what I'm saying.
competition,
Yeah,
like,
so
at the
so
end of the
so
day.
that's what I'm saying. The competition kills like what like some weird esoteric emo kid in Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore who wants to like make a weird reel but won't now because he knows it's not going to do well. I mean that kind of sucks. Like
Okay,
I
two
wish he
trends
would.
that you
Yeah.
like, starting with the grey box. Two trends in the music space on social media in general that you like.
I don't mind like old, really good songs coming back in a more like I would say more trendy way.
Yeah.
Like the edits and all. I don't
Right.
mind it. Like
Yeah.
through this, people are exploring really good music that
Correct.
existed.
Yeah.
But it's now in a format that they enjoy. So
Correct.
I don't mind that as
Yeah.
a trend. I
What do you
think
mean
it's-
exactly? Like, but do you mean in terms of like edits, like remixes or reels?
Yeah,
or-
edits, remixes, refixes, whatever, right? But
I
through-
discovered a lot of my music through like
Yeah.
old edits. Like
So-
I listened to the Shook ones for the first time as an edit.
An
Yeah,
edit, the
yeah.
house music edit.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that. I think it's reached a unhealthy saturation, but that's only through like a DJ lens. Like
Correct.
generally, I think it's good if you're discovering.
Right.
The other is like I would say just reels in a way is exposing people to a huge spectrum of different kinds
Yeah,
of music.
so true.
Whether that's conscious consumption or subconscious is different. But if something really catches their attention,
Yeah.
I do it. Like if I am going through it and I like something, I pull it down, Shazam it. I'm like, this is good. Like
Yeah.
I like it. Like I don't know if I would have ended up on something like this through my other musical channels. So that in the IG sphere, I like as a trend. As well. Yeah.
Two trends that you like.
I don't know. I mean, as I already said, I'm like a big. Similar to what he said, I do like it when people like when I'm like caught off guard, like when somebody recontextualizes a piece of music that I have a certain kind of like identity with,
Right.
but they use it in a comedy setting. Let's say you use like a really serious song, but you use it for something else. But in terms of like What do I like?
It could be really annoying though sometimes.
It could be. It can be.
Lean,
Yeah.
that song,
Yeah.
Insane 2000.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so personal to me.
Yeah,
and then I
it
see
got fucking
some
ruined.
fucking auntie dancing to it. I'm just like, what is happening right now? Like,
But to me, that's like at the same time that's sick. Also, like look at fucking auntie dancing to Young Lean. Like she has
yeah,
no
sure,
clue, but
sure.
fuck it, that's so
what I'm saying.
sick.
There's both
It's
lens.
entertaining.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, you got the second
I
chance.
actually don't know, man. Like I mean, do you mean Instagram specifically?
No.
What do you mean?
Trend in music industry in general.
Okay, one thing, if I can just like I love like where hip hop is going with like the slow Griselda kind of like bars kind of like space, because I think he mentioned this earlier, where we had reached a climax with trap music and like we have reached a climax with mumble rap, and I'm like, listen, leave the mumble rap to the guys who do it the best. New kids, you guys don't need to. I'm like, I really like that we're going back to kind of
Slow jams.
organic music, slower beats, heavier, this more like street
and
shit.
Also more live instrumentation.
Yeah,
more
for
jazz
sure.
and soul influence kicking back into.
Yeah, and I love that Afro bands and Afrobeat bands are like now headlining like festivals and like and
About time.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is about time. And I mean, I've like with hip hop, I've never been the most like rappy rap guy. I don't like people who are like I don't like Russ, I don't like J. Cole, I don't like that kind of shit. That's not for me. I prefer just like more kind of like dirty, grimy shit, and I like that these labels are now and like these kind of like collectives are like getting so much steam and like are actually like pushing culture in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like kind of like reverse back to like just kind of rawness is cool. Even the kind of punk bands and the kind of like just in the band scene, and I'm very tuned into that. Like I only listen to like like heavy music or like like hardcore punk, whatever, still like till this day. And just like if people are fans of that scene, they will know that wow, we are like really going back to like a raw, unfiltered kind of just like human
But you're
sound.
right when you say everything goes in cycles.
Yeah,
like
exactly, it
drum
does.
and bass started coming. I think
People got sick of it after a while, man.
The barrier to entry for DJing is very low right now. Like
It's not there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not even there.
It's not there.
So which-
You gotta be doing more than that. Like
which
you,
means either you're doing tricks on the table dancing
Yeah,
or
yeah.
doing something,
Yeah,
or you
yeah.
have a content team and you're falling and everyone's capturing that,
Exactly.
or you're like, maybe I should produce, maybe I should do something where I can express.
But that's
it.
actually not taking
I like
it
no
anywhere.
like with DJs for me, and this might be like a personal take, but if you aren't a fucking loser nerd for music like I was or like he was, where we grew up in high school as fucking losers
Yeah.
because we listened to weird shit and we weren't listening to like what was cool, and that's, I mean, even if you were, that's cool.
There was nothing cool. Like,
But
what was cool? I don't know. Bollywood wasn't cool for
like,
sure.
we were listening to weird like left field things, and we grew up, and that became like a really big part of our identity as people. Like, oh, we are alternative people. We like alternative things, be it film, be it art, be it music, be it whatever. And when
Which
I
for
meet,
me was always what meant, like, underground is what.
yeah,
that's
underground.
What meant.
That's actually the
Underground is
perfect
what-
word.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
underground. And now when I like meet new DJs, and I'm then again, no judgment if you don't actually, but to me, if you don't get sick over music, like literally you want to throw up and cry because of a song or because of an album and how much it fucking means to you, you have no business playing music, bruv. In my opinion.
It doesn't have to be.
No, you don't
that
have to
intense.
throw up or
Well,
cry.
you know what I mean.
That's just Soopy.
You know what I mean. But if you aren't, if you can't nerd out with
If
me
you're
about
not-
albums or about artists or about like lore or about like what this song.
Yeah, I've written notes in my register on Tool, you know, like that's how
me
much
and
I love
him,
that band.
me and
you
him
know?
were at fucking Magfields, right?
Yeah.
The two of us together, this was a few years ago when we played. And we spent one evening, I think it was like a Saturday night, where we didn't even go out. The two of us just sat in our like
Everyone was like,
in the palace room.
Everyone was like fucked on drugs outside.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is
I
not
said,
my
okay,
energy.
we're not doing
We
this.
went
I am
in
done.
And we did like a back-to-back for 5
And
hours.
we
just,
sat
like,
in
on
the,
the phone,
we
just
sat
like playing,
on
exchanging
like,
music.
2
you know?
hours in the room and just showing each other music
2
that
hours.
meant something to us, and we just kept going. And we were like, damn, okay, I also had this phase with this artist. If I can't,
Were you on
and that's what we.
inside?
What?
Were you on
I mean, we kind of
I
fucked
don't
up.
even
Like, but I remember that entire
It's
like 2
beyond
hours.
drugs, like,
Really,
when
exactly.
music really,
Yeah. So I
really
tell you,
hits you, it's
what
beyond
drugs are all about in music, right? Like it's more about elevating your music experience. Drugs is not the experience, the music is.
Yeah, of course.
Which has been taken like in the wrong manner now, like where people
Sure.
are attending parties to do drugs.
to do drugs. Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
always
or
been
to
the
get
case,
drunk or
man.
something.
Yeah.
That was never the goal. Like
Exactly.
the goal is to, if you can't
music.
enter a headspace sober, like drugs may enable you to enter a headspace where you're devoid of any sort of distraction and you can purely tune into like music,
Sure.
you know. So
Intent is very important,
it's
I guess.
enablement for music, but right now I just feel like music is background.
Yeah.
Your fit, your appearance, who you're with, everything, all this nonsense matters so much more.
Yeah.
It's like,
But you're
Somewhat.
feeling it on all the spaces right now.
am I? No.
You're
I don't know.
See, he judges them, but simultaneously makes money off of them, which is cool. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like to be involved.
He's like, fuck your fit. Here's a better fit that I made. You can buy this shit from me.
No, I like to be involved. I think I just love culture. I think
Facts,
culture is like culture creation, like especially for a country like India who was devoid of culture for 250 years and it was stolen. We've been trying to form our own identity. I would love a day where Delhi has a sound, you know? Like we are very far away from that.
Very far away.
Yeah,
But
so
actually, to you question, like, because you play a lot of Punjabi edits. So do you actually?
Yeah.
Do you think that's what the Delhi sound is then? Is a Punjabi
it's the
UKG?
UK sound that we would
no, I play it in a setting.
Yeah.
Like I don't play it in my set as
Okay.
like I curate every
So you're
set.
saying like, could we have our Amapiano or could we have our Baile funk?
Yeah, where
But then Bhangra or like that is our
that's
music
existed.
then.
Yeah, that's existed.
So
I'm
that is our
saying
sound.
modern electronic, something that we curate as a.
But
You know 3-step, right? 3-step is a pattern.
Yeah.
Trap is a pattern.
So
Amapiano is a pattern.
So we need.
It's a production
but then
pattern.
if we do like a, and
Okay.
if we make a genre just based off of that like whole sound,
Sure, but
that could be our sound.
Yeah, but it responds to the community in a way where people come together and they're like, I also want to make it without ego. Like this represents me, right? And then we come together and we have that.
But that's not there. The community angle here, it's just not
I think
there
in a way it's much better. Like even when there was 50 people, there was high egos. Delhi has been a culture of ego and like this cliques and like compared to many years ago. I think now I think it's much better.
Yeah.
Like going out is better, but at the same time, it's very quickly transitioned into. There's no gigs. It's just event, showcase,
Exactly.
appearance,
and I mean,
money,
and to the Punjabi thing also, I feel like we are just putting. I mean, I think you already made this point, but like I think we're just putting our kind of vocals on top of like foreign instrumentals and just calling it a day.
It's a UKG,
And I'm like,
it's literally got another country's name in it.
And I'm like, bro, like,
what do you want?
Like, why
It's
are
not
we
your sound,
like this? Isn't I've just never found that shit cool. I've never enjoyed it. Like, when to each their own, but it's just not for me. Because
You
to me,
what, like Punjabi, UKG?
I've never see.
Dude, fire.
You don't relate to the sound. That's okay.
No,
That's
man,
okay.
I don't. Yeah, I really don't. I wish I did. That there have been times. There was one Jawani party I think the first one in Delhi that I was like, "Fuck, this is great. I had a great time." I think you played that as
But
well.
again, that was the setting that it was played in.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, if the same thing was playing at Oro, you would just be like, "Ye kya baj raha hai?
No,
Fuck
no.
you," and like move out.
No, you go out for
It's contextual, dude. Like,
no, but you go out for a certain feeling. You look at the lineup, you're like, this is how I want to feel. This is the music I want to listen to. So
Yeah.
if you go into a fully Punjabi party, you went there for that, and that's not a problem.
Yeah, I've just
You
never.
went to Oro and
yeah.
like there's not the expectation and it's not making sense.
Correct.
Someone's randomly playing those cuts. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
it, right?
I guess like if you haven't grown up with Punjabi music or with Bollywood music as like a mainstay, like I grew up, and I'll be very honest, I grew up with Western music purely.
Yeah.
I did not grow up with any
Not
Hindi
Indian
music.
classical music.
Yeah, but I was a fucking kid, bro. Like, and the second but the second I got to the age where I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. That day I was like, done. I'm not doing this. I don't like this.
Yeah.
I want to listen to Nas. I want to listen to
Yeah, I
fucking
started with
Eminem.
Ricky Martin and Enrique.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Everyone started,
That was cool to me.
That was the first.
And I mean, and I know, like, as a born and raised Indian man, it's kind of sad to say that I've never had a history with Bollywood or Punjabi at all. People play, even at weddings, I don't have
Why
fun.
is it sad though? Like that's been my experience too. Like I own
No,
it.
but at
I
least
guess,
you
yeah.
still play the UKG. And like when we played in Amritsar, I was like, brother, I don't know shit. I have no fucking songs for this set. You need to carry
But
this
I have
set.
history. Like
Yeah.
I stayed in Punjab.
You have history.
So,
That's what
I
I'm
can
saying.
read and write Punjabi.
Yeah,
It's
I
true
can't,
blues.
yeah.
So hype and glamour around music, around DJs, right? Like, do you
Yeah.
think that really exists?
Of course, it exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You feel it?
I mean, it's that whole idea of like
Sorry.
100 people on one side and one person on the other
Yeah.
side, right? So
That's the hype.
Yeah, I mean, there's an energy to it, right?
Right.
Like
But do you mean like branding or like the show itself?
No, branding, like the entire profession of it. Like, it's so glamorized in general.
Yeah, this is where the content and everything comes in, right?
Comes
Like,
in,
I think back, like if you go 20 years back, DJs would play music, people would go for music and they would dance and they would have fun. Like
Yeah.
the DJ wasn't the most important
Exactly.
entity in the room,
Yeah.
right? Like
Dude.
now it's like
just the DJ and the room.
Yeah, so then everyone wants to be that.
Yeah.
There's nobody wants to build the industry. Nobody wants to be a music journalist or something. Like, I want to be the fucking
DJ.
My name should be the biggest, and I want to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
there's shades of that.
motivation to be like someone who plays old school hip hop or like just plays R&B, soulful jams.
I mean,
like,
there
where
are
would you
like
put them, right?
there are like your karmas
An event
and all.
happens there, and
do
they're
that.
actually a really good DJ. You put them at like what, like a 6 p.m. slot. Nobody's gonna show up. It's like everyone's just like, I'll go out like 10:30.
We really tried doing that, right? Like by curating a lot of these Sundowners. You remember the first All-Star show that I did?
Yeah.
I booked you guys.
Yeah.
And it was Sundowner.
Yeah.
And that was the essence of the show, that we play more slower jams and we play
Yeah, we play easier.
toned
We
down.
just play sexy,
And
fun
we
music.
really
Yeah.
tried pushing it, but the culture for that just does not exist. And even if you push it, if you shove it down people's
Not in
throat
Delhi.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, not here.
Nowhere. I don't wear.
I know. I think I played some Sundowners in Bangalore, Bombay. That actually like we played Soho House, bro. Like shit is lit. Like
Yeah.
like
no,
sometimes.
there's been good. Like Box Out also used to do this thing called Box Out Social, I think.
Yeah.
There's but like as you said, there's not a lot of. Again, because it requires the listener to organically like
faithful.
something,
Yes.
like like
Yes.
and if the entire parallel industry is pushing that narrative of headline act, big font, this, that, they're teaching them when to show up also.
Yeah.
You show up at this slot because this
Yeah.
is when the main guy is playing.
And
you know,
taste
like
is something that we can't teach someone
You can't teach anybody
in
taste.
one show.
You can help them like maybe find their footing,
Right.
and then hopefully like my only kind of like hope after like I play a show is that I hope somebody Shazam the track and goes home and then finds that track and then like goes on the radio and like finds more tracks like that, and then hopefully that builds it. I want to at least offer you the building blocks and the stepping stones to good taste,
Right.
Or
yeah,
taste in
I love
general.
it when even like
Not- yeah.
even 5 people come and tell me that that was a great set.
Yeah.
I was thinking exactly.
I'm not
yeah.
even gonna repost the stories, dude. I don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
I was there for that experience to curate something for you. I put in a lot of effort to create that set for that night. Let's have fun. Like
No, but please put stories. Please put stories.
And tag All-Star Sauce, bro. What are you doing,
really,
dude?
this is my counter to the
Yeah.
culture. Like I would rather play one show a month
Yeah.
or do a good show
Right.
and leave that impression and slowly build my community. That means something to me
Correct.
and to the people that are involved. You know?
Yeah.
But without putting out content, without being actively like engaging with the community that you've built, it's very difficult.
It's super hard, man.
To
When you say
reach
very
your
difficult,
stature,
that means
yeah.
you're trying to achieve something professionally in that degree.
Correct. And you're not?
I mean, I am as a byproduct,
Yeah.
but I'm also approaching it as where I make my money somewhere else and I do it for truly
For sure.
the love
Passion.
of what.
Yeah, that's
Correct,
what
and that's
we
how
both
all of
have.
us-
But that
yeah,
also
we both
gives,
have jobs.
but that
we all
gives
have
me
jobs.
the freedom
yeah.
to not take a fucking brief from someone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to take a brief. And many
Yeah.
DJs play off briefs, and that's okay. Like that's
Yeah.
their profession, that's
Right.
their money. So
Correct.
like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
approaching it. Like
Okay, so that brings us to a very interesting topic, right? Like, so how much money would you have to make to be a DJ full time, or would you like to be a DJ full time ever? And if yes,
Good
why?
question.
No, why not?
What does even full time mean as a DJ?
Like, it's all
you,
day.
that's the
What's
only thing that you
what's
do
the
is
frequency we're looking at. Like,
no.
do
The
I
only
play-
thing that you do is you're a DJ.
That's it.
Oh,
Like-
like that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Monday to Thursday, you're just kind of just hanging out, and then Friday night is that way.
I don't think I can just hang out. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
facts,
end
of
up
course not.
doing.
You would
be
find something
hanging
to do.
out,
Yeah.
maybe
You could like
make
do like
music.
passion projects, but like that's your job though.
Yeah.
No, but that question is not about DJing. That's just about any profession. Basically, how much would you want to make?
Okay, no. Fuck.
Yeah.
How much would you want to make?
Yeah.
What's
Would
your
you
question?
just be? Can you afford
Just
a lifestyle?
DJ.
Be
Yes, some
My
people
current
are.
lifestyle.
A lot of people
my
are.
current lifestyle.
No.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I think there's only maybe less than 1% of the DJs in India who would be making that kind of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I am pretty like in touch with reality. I know I'm not playing shadis, and I know that's where the money's at, and I know I'm not even going to attempt to build a repertoire of music or a skill set to play shadis because I just don't like that.
Yeah.
So I am pretty much okay knowing that DJing will always be a profitable passion.
Yeah.
But I will always be making the bulk of my income somewhere else.
I wish.
For sure.
I wish there was realistically a music industry that had this
Yeah.
much money. I would do it full time.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, yeah.
But
I would
do you feel
produce.
there's no real gig industry in India right now?
No, dude, it exists for people.
exists. I mean,
we have
entertainment-
so many homies who are just doing this, like
Correct.
you know, and shout out to them. They're killing it, and they're doing a great job. But again, I mean, I don't know what their internal world is like. I mean, maybe it sucks to just be like a full time DJ, but
And it's also still seasonal.
yeah,
It's
it
very
is. Yeah,
seasonal.
Very seasonal.
yeah.
We see it. We're DJs at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
and I mean, I also this might be like an old school way of thinking, but I feel like anytime a thing that you love becomes a job, it will inevitably suck.
Yeah.
Like you will there will be days where like, fuck.
No,
this,
I truly
don't wanna do
believe in India it's not a sustainable profession.
Correct.
Yeah. Unless you're doing shadis. Unless you're like a full-on Bollywood shadi DJ.
But then that
and
might not
honest,
be considered a DJ from the conversation where
And
from
just-
that
and
angle.
to
like,
that
from
point.
not someone like artistic.
But to
pushing
that point,
underground, like
building
culture.
Whenever I've like the handful of times I've been booked for shadis and I've been there with another shadi DJ, man, nobody has impressed me more than a fucking good shadi DJ. Like
100%.
I am standing,
No, it's so
I am behind. You could be like
to play a wedding.
Fuck DJ EZ, bro. I'm standing behind a shadi DJ killing it.
Shoutout EZ.
Just fucking just mixing, just on point, locked in. I'm just like, holy shit, this guy is a DJ, bro. Like this guy killed it. I'm fanboying at one point.
Yeah.
I fanboyed to DJs my entire life, but there's some shadis where I see like these professionals.
But there's
fucking, and I'm like, yo, ये असली बंदा
But there's
है. ये
presence.
असली बंदा है.
But there's presence and performance as well, right? I think there is, maybe you could split it into 3 parts where there's selection is the kind of music, then is mixing, the ability to curate on the
And
spot,
crowd reading.
and then it's performance,
Yeah.
like your presence as a person, your lifestyle, everything.
Yeah.
You look at that guy, there's no presence there, there's no like.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
he's
gonna,
got it
like,
down to a science. He knows what he's doing.
just the mixing part of it, right?
Yeah.
and the track selection.
Track
the
selection is
entire
what
thing.
people want. There's no artistic expression there. Also.
No, man.
Like,
I think there is something like really kind of like. It's like when you see somebody who's just like so skilled at their craft, like a sculptor or a painter or like something like that, where they can just effortlessly do things that would take you like years of practice to do, and you see them doing
I've
it.
never seen a painter at a shadi yet.
Abey, but you know what I mean, like, because I do think that
Maybe
DJing is a
your
craft.
shadi.
I think that DJing is a craft. I think, and VJ again goes on out. He told me that he opened my mind to this one day. He's like Soopy, like even if I don't get like a lot of gigs, I look at DJing as a craft. So I want to own the system just so I can practice the craft of DJing.
Right.
Not कि मुझे लोगों के लिए बजाना है. I just want to figure out how I can get better at this
Having
tool.
a skill is not the most valuable thing.
Yeah.
You can lock yourself in a room and learn anything.
But you can also
any skill in
paint
the
just for
world in 2
yourself.
months.
You can also paint just for yourself. You can also like make like
Of course.
And a lot of
sculpt
people
just
do.
for yourself.
That's the idea.
You can
I am
cook just
playing
for yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
That's the idea. I'm trying
And you can
to,
DJ just for yourself.
Yeah, I DJ because it helps me like naturally dig
Which
for
I
more
usually
sounds,
do,
like,
because
you
my
know,
shows are
and then
empty.
if I can take that and present it to people and they organically like it, that's the artistic side to it.
Right.
Yeah.
You
No,
could
for
also
sure.
approach it as a science, like what's hot, learn mixing, create a performance that
but
you do,
I'm not even
wear
saying
the
that
same fucking
but
outfit.
I am
every
not
day. You can do all
divorcing
those
the
tricks.
artistic aspect from the craft. Like there's enough painters who employ a very kind of like deep reservoir of like artistry when they do things for themselves also.
yeah.
I'm saying even DJs can.
But call them to a shadi and see if they come.
Can you make a do you think living as a DJ, is it sustainable? You spoke about your PCO stint.
Yeah, PCO. Yeah.
That you did. Do you think that was you just DJing at that point in time in your life?
No, I was still working. I
still
I
working?
still had jobs. So I would do. Sorry, go
But you were
ahead.
still going at a club playing Fridays and Saturdays?
Yeah.
Just
So-
Fridays?
No, both days. So
Both
I
days,
would do
okay.
Monday to Friday
So
at
that's a job
at
of a
work.
proper DJ,
Yeah, so
essentially.
basically.
Yeah, if you find a good residency,
Right.
maybe it can work.
Correct.
But that shit is
even
exhausting,
finding a
fam.
sweet spot there where you end up playing what you really want to
Yeah.
play and the crowd actually wants that for that
Yeah,
venue also.
yeah, yeah.
Again, very
I
rare. Very rare.
still till this day get asked. I haven't played at PCO like my stint there ended I think at 2-3 years ago at this point on morning show. I still till this day get DMs and calls. Hey, are you playing there again? Still. Is it you again? I'm like, no. I quit that like a long time
No,
ago.
but then
people,
push them on shows where you're actually playing.
Yeah, if I have a-
यहाँ पे तो आ जाओ.
it's like, no, but I'm playing next week.
Pushing
If you're still
abroad
available, come. You're like, oh, I'm traveling.
क्या करेंगे bro product का? Like today we wanted wings, so we got wings.
Nice. Alright, slow and steady, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the sauces are getting a free shout out.
They are. So hopefully like we send it to the brand.
Yeah.
But I don't want to make the podcast about like hot sauce and
No, for sure, no.
yeah.
No.
Hot ones already done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so true.
Cool. Okay. So we were talking about your PCO stint.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was 4 months PCO Fridays and Saturdays. I would have like a full week of work for Monday, and then Friday after work head to PCO by like 9, start at like 11 and end at like 4-5 in the morning, Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay.
But it was exhausting. I did it for like 4.5 months. But I think he said this earlier, but like having a good residency is so impactful, and it makes such a big difference for a DJ. I have learned more about DJing in those 4 months than I have learned from anything else, from any other experience.
Why do you say that?
Because that's where I first realized that, oh shit, it's about the crowd, it's not really about you as much, you know.
Right.
I was very, I'm gonna go and kind of like inflict, well, that's a strong word, but like I would like implement my taste on the crowd and be like, oh, listen to this because I like it.
Yeah.
That was the first time I got humbled a little bit. I was like, okay, and then they were like, yo, you gotta like read the crowd a bit more.
Yeah.
They aren't coming here for like drum and bass or for like house music. Like, they're coming here for like Drake.
To
and
have a good time.
To have a good time. Precisely. That's the brief. And that's where I learned, okay, like how to read a crowd, how to read a room, how to kind of like juggle the drunk people coming with requests versus the boys coming with the, hey bro, it's like I'm buying shots for the whole
It's a
game.
game of the top hundreds.
Kind of, yeah. And then but then what was cool is that once I kind of got that down, where I was able to kind of like feed them what they wanted, then I could slip in the kind of things that I also wanted to play. But I also like realized that, okay, PCO isn't the place where I really want to come and show off my taste. I'm like, no, I want people here. They're also coming after like a long week. They want to get trashed. They want to dance till 4 a.m. I need to ensure that happens in the best way possible. And I did. And I had a great 4 months. I learned a lot. And now when I DJ after that, I mean, you might have noticed I started like incorporating a lot more like pop music. Like my first time I played at Box Out Wednesdays, when I closed Box Out Wednesdays, people came with a very different expectation. They thought I'd come and play like some weird tribal kind of, you know, like baile funk, evo, drums, evo. I played Rihanna. I played Wizkid. I played like, you know, shit like that. And people were like, what the fuck? But everybody had a great time.
People
they
get
danced.
at these indie shows, at these gigs, like people get so surprised if you play like a pop tune or a commercial tune because they're just not expecting it.
Sure, and I feel like I was one of the first people, like, I mean, who was kind of off that ilk of like, you know, like playing edits and playing, you know, Bandcamp shit. But then I was like, okay, I'm also gonna play My Humps. I'm also gonna play, you know, Rihanna. I'm also gonna play, whatever, you know,
so you've been able
Ariana
to
Grande, Nicki Minaj.
Now.
Now I've been able to, okay, now I know, okay, like now when I'm like, let's say planning a set in my head, I'm like, okay, if I'm giving them this much of like interesting music or like things that I find interesting specifically, I'm also gonna now. I think this would be a perfect time to throw in Shaggy, and I would just throw in Shaggy in the middle of like a baile funk set or like a middle of like a more kind of like deeper, more like intellectual set.
Yeah,
and then just to get the fucking vibes easy, like people are like now chilling. So PCO and having a residency really kind of helps you, like, you know, like fully kind of
humbles you, as you said.
Humbles you, one, and also it kind of shows you the value of like this music that you might take for granted.
Right.
Like pop music is very useful. It's very impactful. It's very important. And if again, DJing is all about context. If you can contextualize that music in your set really well, people will love you for it, and you will have a great time as well.
Fair.
And
that's a good show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, we'll also prep for the wings now. But before we get into it, just like a little bit about balance back then, right? Like, were you able to like balance your life out? Like, because you were DJing till like 4 a.m. Were you drinking every night? Yeah, so that's actually good. That's actually a good point to talk about. It's about, I mean, if we're being honest, let's talk about drug use and alcoholism in the industry. Absolutely. It's a big part of it. Right. And I mean, I'll be honest, like those days, like Fridays and Saturdays, every kind of night after like a long week of work, I was drinking both those nights. And I was up to like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. and there were other extracurricular things also happening for sure. I'll be very honest about that shit. And on Sundays, I was a fucking zombie. I was like, I couldn't spend time with my family. You said extracurricular thing. Yeah, I said, but you can make of that what you will. Yeah. But on Sundays, I was sleeping till 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. because I was just dead from Friday and Saturday. Yeah. I didn't spend any time with my family. I didn't spend any time with any friends. My Fridays and Saturdays where I could have basically gone for friends' parties, birthdays, you know. You had a job to do. I had this thing to do. Yeah. So after like a while, I was like, okay, I don't think I can do the residency thing anymore to this kind of level. Once we did FIO, that was better because that was once a month and that was a lot more you could prepare. And it was, you know. But I also think like as like not like a rite of passage, but like that trial by fire of like, 5 hours, Friday, Saturday, it really fucking helps you grow. And it really like... And then you also kind of like, then your kind of relationship with this DJing world also changes. Where you're like, acha, now you know what you want. Okay, I don't want to be DJ
a resident
full-time? Yeah.
or full time. I know I want balance. I want to be able to manage my family,
So you
my
say
friends.
you can't DJ without drugs?
No, I'm not saying that. Oh my
Yeah.
god, cut that shit out.
What? So
No,
I mean,
I'm not
you
saying
could
about-
still find a pretty healthy balance.
Oh yeah,
Like doing
now I
what
can.
you love and like
now
you-
I do. Now I'm and I
There are many shows where Soopy doesn't drink it.
yeah. But for that time, and there were also times where I wouldn't like even during that PCO stint, I would not drink, and then like it's like 3 a.m. and the room is like bumping, and then someone's like, "Yo, shot." I'm like, "Yeah, fucking shot." You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a very like kind of in the moment kind of spot. Okay, cool, let's do it. Even though you want to like be sober that night.
Right.
But no, you don't need to do drugs to DJ. You don't need to do drugs or
if
drink to
you
have fun.
intoxicated,
You
yeah.
don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You have practiced sobriety for a long time. So
Right.
have I.
Yeah.
We've also. I feel like when we've played those shows where we're just drinking fucking 10 Perriers have been great shows.
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't think that those things go hand in hand at all. There's enough. Like, and Gen Z, don't drink as much. They
Right.
don't do anything
Sober
else.
curious.
They're very sober curious. Yeah, super curious. So no. But I do think
I allow myself to do like everything in moderation. I would
Moderation,
say.
yes.
Yeah. I think this whole idea of doing things in moderation is boring. Is like you gotta get over it. Like if you can party till 5 and still show up at the gym at 8, why not? Like keep like, living your extremes. Do everything. But
Right.
if you get fucked and you can't show up for the commitments you've made to yourself, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
You need
Right.
to look into like.
But a lot of people can't do that, right? Like
Yeah.
if you're
I couldn't do
getting
that.
fucked till 5 a.m.,
Yeah.
practically you can't make it hit the gym at 8
You're
a.m.
not going to have a good session,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you show up
Yeah.
and you have that bad session,
Right.
you'll know that I should not have put.
next time I
myself
can't do
through
that anymore. That's so true.
this. If you sleep till 4,
Yeah.
it's fun.
That's
You'll
also
have
your
that
discipline.
fun again.
That's also your discipline and how
yeah,
much.
yeah. That's
so
just building
people dependent.
building some rituals that really work for you,
Right.
and you do that. And if you can
Yeah.
keep those, and you can have your own sanity point.
For sure.
Like you can have nights where you can go loco, do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to that point, like I feel like I had to go through that to realize that okay, I can't keep doing this. I need to find balance, and I think I had to go like a bit off that extreme end and still try and show up, but realize that okay, it's Sunday morning, it's 5 a.m. I just played a 5-hour set. I have lunch with my grandfather at 1. That's hell. I can't make it right now because I will get home at 6. I will sleep till 12:30. I'll wake up and I'll be a bit horrible.
Yeah.
And once that happened enough times, I was like, okay, this is not sustainable anymore.
Yeah.
So now, and that's where the balance comes in, and that's where kind of.
But it's all phases, I believe.
It is phases.
You will again have a phase in life where you will go crazy.
So true.
So it
true.
all goes up and
So
down
true.
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess
It's
if
all
you have-
cyclical, as we've said.
If you have
Yeah.
some practices that you've built for yourself that you really value and
Yeah.
you keep doing them, you'll be fine.
For sure, I agree.
Okay, grab your plates. We'll.
I've just been looking at the wings.
Yeah.
That smells good, bro. Shut up, Burgerama fam. Okay.
How are we doing this?
Yeah. What's the method?
Just put it in your plate. The wings first.
What is that?
Do you want a flat or
Those are chicken tenders.
Oh, okay.
What do you prefer?
Leg or a flat?
Flat.
Flat. I bet.
Okay, so this is apparently the mildest sauce.
What do you want?
No,
A flat or
sauce.
a leg? A wing, sorry.
I'll get the wing.
Wing. There you go. I will do a flat. Hey,
How am I supposed to do this?
What is this sauce?
that's the mildest one.
Okay, this
Should
is
we
mildest.
introduce the segment? Tell people what we're doing?
Okay, so we're, of course, as if you can't make it out, like by the setting of this, we're trying out hot sauces. This is the mildest one, and like it increases by levels. So Pranay is the smart guy here, so I was like,
nice.
just be a part of the frame. And
I get to
he
eat
thinks
wings.
these things are interactive and fun, and
It should be fun.
yeah.
I bet.
Oh, we're like dabbing it, huh? We're dabbing it like
Nah, dude, this
No, but
is
like, this
this
seems
is
like the mildest one.
the mildest one.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this.
We're
in.
not sure. We haven't tried these.
Oh, this is just by you're just
Yeah.
eyeballing it.
Yeah.
Acha.
Oh my god.
Nah, fuck it.
Just by reviews.
Alright, cheers.
Okay.
It's a good sauce.
Yeah, bit khatta,
It's not bad at all.
but it's not spicy.
It's not spicy, right?
No.
I feel like our Indian palate's too developed
Yeah.
to be getting fucked by shit like this.
There you go. Ah, fuck. Oh fuck. What happened? Really? Come on, bro.
I'll drink this sauce.
Yeah, this is nothing.
You called it, now you have to drink it.
Do a shot.
Do a shot?
Yeah, do a shot.
Okay.
Views. Oh my god. Jesus. Shit.
Why not?
Eh?
This is not. It's just some sauce.
Yeah.
Me and Kunal aren't good with spice.
No?
No, at
Neither of
all.
you? Okay.
So way to propose the idea then.
Yeah, for sure. I'll go for
We
the
haven't talked
trend
about
of the
your DJing, by the way, at all.
Yeah.
What are you, like you,
next- My
Mr.
opinions on DJ?
Yeah, like out of all the All-Star songs DJs, he is the hottest, most in demand, most out there.
Yeah. Because I'm
हमें भी gig दिलवा दे भाई.
No, actually, what got
मैं
you?
मजाक कर रहा हूँ, मजाक.
What
That's a
got
joke.
you interested?
This is a joke.
Yeah, what got you interested?
So even I have a story
what I
behind
would
all
say
this,
is like
right?
a holistically just culture building.
So, I think back in 2013, when I was in 9th grade, back then, like a lot of these DJs started to come down to India. I mean, Tomorrowland after movies became a thing in 2012.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I got introduced, through YouTube, I got introduced to music.
Okay.
I was listening to all of these artists, not anything underground back then, but it was more like
I'm gonna open the next one to that.
Yeah, go for it. All the Hardwells of the world and like Martin Garrixes and Afrojacks and Steve Aoki.
Which was a form of
Major
underground
Lazer.
back then.
Yeah,
Compared to anything like that's mainstream, it was still
correct.
underground.
And found the sound to be cool. Found the entire idea
Nourishing.
of it to be. My goal as a DJ always was to fucking play Tomorrowland.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, not
Still?
anymore.
Yeah, okay,
Of
thank
course
God.
not. But, that's how the journey began. Started downloading rips from YouTube. Got to DJ very early in life because like I had a bunch of friends who used to throw parties at their houses, and those parties had like pool parties with like 400 people coming in. So it was me and this friend of mine, Lakshay, that used to DJ. Lakshay now runs Burgerama, the club.
Bergamo? Yeah.
Burgerama.
Bergamo.
It's Burgerama, bro. It's
Really?
in Italy,
It's
yeah.
Bergamo?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
And
Cool.
so that's how we started. Like we used to throw parties at this place called Tivoli Gardens.
Yeah, for
One of
sure.
my
Yeah,
friend-
yeah.
my classmate
Garden.
used to, his family used to own the hotel.
Yeah.
Still do. And we started DJing back then
Yeah.
and found the sound to be cool.
What kind of music were you playing?
All the big room sounds, bro.
Like
Like
the-
Diplo back then, Major
Okay.
Lazer kind of
Okay,
sound.
cool.
EDM.
Yeah. Festival
EDM.
trap vibes.
Festival
Yeah.
trap, festival sound. That
Are
happened.
people dancing to that in Tivoli Garden?
Yeah. I mean, we called our crowd, right? We called
Okay.
people from like our batches,
Do
from like
shots,
different schools,
get laid.
get
Okay,
fucked.
I
Yeah.
see, I
Now,
see.
you're not getting laid when you're in 10th grade, but like, making out is like getting laid.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so explored more sounds over the years. I was able to bag gigs very quickly at like Kitty Sue and like a lot of these places back
Sure.
then when they were
Yeah.
popping, like
Yeah.
in 2015, 2014.
Oh yeah. How old were you?
17. I wasn't allowed to.
Fuck,
enter
you were
the club.
17?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you, man. We started mad
16,
late then.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, like because a lot of these promoters identified me at playing at these parties for kids, they were like, okay, this kid can draw in people.
Draw on people.
So
Promoter vibes.
promoter vibes.
Correct. Very
So
cool.
I was able to do that. I opened for. Do you remember the track "Welcome to the Jungle," bitch? Like it was like a big room house sound.
Absolutely
like,
not.
So
Yeah.
it had like
No, that sounds like shit.
millions. So this big DJ Alvaro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again,
Sure,
like a big
someone.
room house
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah.
Tommy Trash.
Yeah.
I opened
That
for
name I've heard, yeah.
I opened for Tommy Trash in Delhi.
okay.
Again, like when I was 17.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
that's how my
song.
DJing career like
So very
started.
different but interesting.
Very
Yeah.
different, dude.
Entry
20
to the thing.
2016, I moved. I'd been playing a bunch of shows. I was playing shows in Goa as well. Like during like when so after school, like after you graduate from school, like a lot of these Delhi schools, kids go to Goa like as just like a graduation trip.
Sure, yeah.
I was able to bag a gig there as well. So like again, like all these people had turned up, and then like I decided, okay, I want to go to music school after college, and my parents were like, fuck off, like you're not going to fucking music school.
To like to produce?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna join like True School of Music or like some shit like that in Bombay.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna-
Yeah.
And thank
like-
my fucking parents. Like, not they didn't.
Don't send your kids to fucking music school.
Don't do that.
Do it. I mean, it's
I'm kidding.
No, don't do that. So my parents were like, fuck off, you don't get to go to music school. If you want to do a course, do it on the side. We'll
Not
pay
if
for
they're
it.
playing Tommy Trash. Then,
Yeah.
then don't send it.
Exactly. So,
But then there's some fucking money in the business, isn't it?
and that happened, moved to Bombay. Then I happened to connect with the Jwala crew. So like Charms, Karan Kanchan, all of these boys that were playing music.
Yeah.
Start talk to like Sohail, like Krunk back then for internships. That identified like a lot of these people. Like I knew who Tej was like when I was 17, and like I was like, okay, this guy's managing Nuclear back then. So that was like the cool sound, and through that I discovered like more of these DJs in collective, like Dasta. Back then,
Dasta, for sure.
discovered the Indian sound, like what was going on in Indian electronic music. Through that, like it started going to Bonobo, attending like a lot of these shows.
Nice,
Got
so Bombay,
introduced to like the Bombay culture, which is way more underground than your regular Delhi culture. When I was in Bombay, in fact, I identified Box Out. So this was when I was 18.
Yeah.
And so, okay, all of these cool things are happening. Connected with like Jehan, Karan Kanchan, all these Jwala boys back in the day, started playing shows there as well.
Right.
During college, like when I was 19, like I'd applied to like Tej and at OML. Okay, but by that time, like Tej had left, like I applied to Rahul Sinha. Started working with OML. Did like an artist management internship just to like understand what the culture was all about. So worked with Divine, Ankur Tiwari, a lot of these artists.
In what capacity? Like,
I was an intern, so I was working with like all of these main managers.
All the
right?
managers,
like,
basically.
So
Okay.
Chaitanya, the guy who runs
So
Kali
you
Gang
initially
now.
also approached it more like business, a little bit more business time.
100%.
business first,
So after 18, I was just like, okay, maybe not just DJing. Like I want to understand
Learn
what
about
the
the business of music,
business of music is. Injured my knee during college. Moved back to Delhi for a bit, like 3-4 months. I'd connected with. I knew like Lalit, who was running Raw Life back then. Lalit, Abhilash, Ishit, all of these guys. They started a record label called Frisson. And they'd started Raw Life back then. Like they'd shut their company Deep Sound that used to manage Zayden and all these other folks. Started Raw Life, so I started working with Raw Life again. Did that for a bit. Moved back to Bombay. Went for AD like during that time. So got to meet like so that time I was really like on the Ausla sound, like all your Skrillex, Miha, Valentino Khan. So attended a bunch of these showcases, attended showcases by Richie Horton, like got really exposed to that sound, met Nicholas Jar, interacted with him, got to see another world. Came back with a fresher thought that like, okay, there's much more to like the kind of music that I've been listening to. Did that stint for a bit, then started DJing again. Started working with artists back then in Bombay, like Jehan, Charms and all, to send their music to more global record labels. Like just like starting to reach out to a lot of these people. Saw a space between like, so I had like from where I came from, like I had all of these friends and like kids who used to listen to a lot of club music in general and this kind of the underground club music scene that was there at Bonobo and everything. These weren't the same people that were listening to the same things, right? Back then Tansen was an artist that I really followed was Tansen, like his hip hop tunes and like back then he was playing like really cool stuff. Like for the first time I actually attended someone who played real hip hop in a club. Like he was playing like Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar and like J. Cole's, and like he used to do this party called the Get Down. So I was like, okay, I want to do this party, but I want to do this for my college folks, people who are cool, who listen to this music but aren't exposed to something like this. So that first party in 2019, end of 2018, I did under All Stars. So I just in my
Have we
room,
met till then?
No.
We hadn't met.
No, we hadn't met.
I remember the first time we met, I think it was at Summer House. And you came to me and you gave me the matchbox that had All Stars House. I was like, And at that point, I was like, who the fuck was this kid? What the
Yeah.
fuck is this Matchbox? What is his ass?
You know what he said. Yeah, so the first All-Star Sauce
So don't
show
tell-
that I curated.
Wait, hold on. Where?
I said, yeah, you
I wanna hear this one.
dickhead, you
I'm sorry.
piece of shit. I'm just a young kid. I've found
man.
my way in the world and got a show at Oro. I'm 18 years old.
I'm embarrassed, man.
By
Sorry.
then I'm 20. Okay, I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
And I go up to this guy and like I booked him for a show and it's him. I mean, it's Soopy, Greybox and Lush Lata. Nobody fucking booked them outside of Box Out.
Yeah.
I was like, no man, like these DJs are cool. Let me fucking book these guys.
Sure.
And this dickhead comes up to me and I was like, bro, will you MC a little bit? And he goes to Greybox and he's like, hey, he's telling me what to do or some shit like that. I was like, dude, I fucking booked him.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean that.
And
I mean, I did mean that back then,
that's
but I
how,
don't mean
that's
that.
how
He's like, I did mean that.
Like back then, I was like, who the fuck? कौन है ये बच्चा? क्या कर रहा है ये? But anyway.
Yeah, it's very gate kept. Like, it's dirty. I was like, dude, like, I'm just trying to
Yeah,
do my
I
own
am-
thing.
I think, but to that point, I think like
Next wing.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we should.
Yeah,
come to
we
next
should.
one.
We should prep
Yeah.
for the next swing.
But like to your point, like I think there was a lot of
You go first.
gatekeeping against you when you first came out, and
There was,
I'm
right?
sorry if I said that, but I didn't mean to because I was
I
very
know,
like
I know.
open to
I got the tender this time.
tender. I bet. Yeah.
Next sauce. This is the one, yeah.
This-
This is
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
this
that
is
one,
the second
that
one.
Yeah. This one was also pretty easy. Bad. Sorry.
So after that, like, since
Yeah.
that time, like, you know
I'm
my
scared.
journey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is you.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh shit.
That's actually wise to put it on the tender.
Yeah, I was putting it on. Okay, cheers, guys.
What is it? This one? What's special?
This
about
is the
It's called
Nagin, right?
This is Nagin,
What's
an
it?
Indian hot sauce, and
Yeah.
it's made with some sort of chili.
Nagin sent me free
Loved
shit,
by the
We don't
Green
need the
Planet,
we don't know
original.
the Scoville scores. No? Like,
This is
Apparently,
we
this
just-
is your.
We know, but this is medium spicy is 4 and 10. Made with Sankeshwari chilies.
huh?
Sankeshwari chilies, bro. You don't have?
It's mild. It's
Yeah,
nice.
this is pretty mild.
It's actually pretty.
Yeah, this
flavorful.
is nothing. I feel like the last one was more.
Yum. That's so good.
Yeah.
I can eat another tender with this or a wing.
Oh man. Okay, I should
The
get
last
this
one
for
is
breakfast.
75,000 on the scope.
Yeah, the last one is evil, bro.
Okay.
So I had that bottle at home, and I would like try to eat it now and again. One time, the bottle fell and broke. So it was just hot, and you had to cover your fucking nose and walk into the kitchen. It was that bad.
Yeah, we tried a drop before this. It was mad.
I'm excited.
Do not put that much; you'll die on camera.
Okay. Okay.
You take a sip of that, then I'll be like, okay, Greybox the man.
Let's see how much money is on the line.
There's no money on the line here.
Only views.
Then I'm okay.
Yum. Okay, so hungry.
This is a
This
good
was
sauce.
a good sauce.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nagin.
Yeah.
For good sauce, yeah. Also, big shout out to Burgerama for sending us some burgers, some wings, and like the vibes.
Good guys.
Good guys.
Thanks, man. I love your galaxy bombs, huh? Shit is unhealthy as hell, but it's delicious.
Okay, so what's your hot take on DJs in India?
There's too many.
Man, hot take. Okay,
We can do this while eating this.
yeah, let's eat and do it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, now it's that one.
Okay.
The Tabasco.
I'm doing it all wrong.
No, yeah,
It's
but
this one is
let's-
also pretty evil,
Let's
no?
keep eating so we actually build up the spice.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's do it.
So it's a Tabasco scorpion sauce. I've never tried it. Have you?
No, this one looks cooler, but no, I
Yeah.
haven't.
Okay.
Do you have a hot take?
Put in the wing.
Yeah, I said there's too many. Like, I don't know.
Okay, we'll build
Give
the
your
conversation,
give your Nagin sponsored hot take of the.
It's not sponsored though.
I know it's not, but still maybe one day.
I wish it was.
This becomes
No, I
like
just
a
think there's
segment.
too many. Like, there's too many subcultures, and like, there's too many posters, and there's too many Rohans and Rihans, and like, I don't know, like, who's playing? Like, what's happening is like,
They're all Pranay's friends.
Oh my
it's like, it's
god.
all like first name. There's not even artist names anymore. It's just like Indian first names, and everyone's
Yeah.
playing. I'm like, what's happening?
Rihan,
Yeah, even I
Rihan,
go by the
Japan.
name KSC. Do you think that's cool? I also
KSC?
run a music collective.
I like
that manages
KSC.
the both of you. You can't shit on it.
No, I love KSC, man. I think it's a great name.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, of course.
KSC.
How can
There's
I?
Monkey Junk before this.
Monkeys.
What?
Yeah.
Monkey junk.
Monkey junk.
See, no wonder I talk shit about you
Yeah.
back then. He was like, hey bro, monkey junk is telling me what to
just
do.
to clarify, there can be as many. It's fine. But you wanted a hot take, I gave you one.
No, but like you finish the hot take.
That's
So
what
he-
it is,
Be more
somebody-
vocal about it. Too many Rohan
hot
users.
takes
Oversaturation
don't
of
need-
DJs
The whole point
basically.
of a hot take, you don't need no clarification. That's it. There's
So you're
too
saying
many.
it's basically it's an oversaturated scene right now, which I will agree with. But I still think I don't have a hot take, man. I'm just like a loving, optimistic guy. a little bit.
Yeah.
I really am.
Be more diplomatic. Nobody's offering you more shows here.
Who knows? Maybe they'll see this. Acha, Soopy's a nice guy.
Soopy's a nice guy.
I'm not
Hot
gonna-
take. Okay, hot take is I just think there's a complete fucking lack of originality. Of everybody's playing the same fucking shit,
Yeah.
and it's been happening for a few years now. There's only a few DJs that are playing like a sound where they're actually digging and finding cool shit and not just playing what they saw their friends
There's
play.
some good DJs now.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
There's some great DJs now.
Some really
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
DJs.
And there's some great DJs now, but also the best DJs are still the OGs. I still feel like that.
100%. Do you feel you play good music?
Yeah.
You feel you play distinct and good music?
I try my best to.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I want take more risks. DJs, if you're watching this, please just take more risks. Play the weird shit that you think no one will like. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like play the random ambient tune or play like this the
play
weird.
what you love, play what you
Yeah.
want to share with people. It's
Right,
not
exactly.
You do not need to play the same fucking Bandcamp like shit that everybody else
I'll
is
tell
playing.
you what the
Yeah.
problem is. The problem is that these people, these DJs, how they've become DJs is by going to clubs and seeing other people play the music. They're
Which
coming
is-
back home, downloading the same
Sure,
damn tunes
fair.
on the same lines, not exploring their own
Okay.
sound, and they just
They
going
want to
out.
stand
As
on
a-
the other side.
Yeah.
That's it. That's why I think there's
Exactly.
a lot of people who want to be DJs because they want to stand on the other side.
It's
Because
as
you
simple as
really
that.
glorify
It's the hype
standing
and
on the other side. It's
exactly,
not
bro.
about the music. So
Correct.
As a mechanism to break into the
Yeah.
scene and to get shows and initially booked by people,
Right.
I understand that as a approach. Okay, you play the same shit that you know is working.
Yeah.
But once you've kind of got that, it behooves you to fucking take some risks
Right.
and then actually kind of like do
I think
something
it's your
cool.
duty almost
Yeah,
to do it.
that's
Yeah.
something. It is your duty.
Yeah.
Like then because then you just become like everybody has just become a bit like kind of replaceable and interchangeable.
It's very you're very replaceable in the
Yeah,
music.
it is. Yeah,
in the
like
landscape
if you
right
say,
now.
and that's why like so many people say yes to like shitty pay also because they know that if you say no, yeah, bro, I can find 10 of you in like a fucking
Exactly.
second who will come for $5,000 a show.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we've all been in that
Exactly.
in that position.
Correct.
So
yeah, but the scene is not motivating enough in the sense like if you played a very
it's not rewarding. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
if you played a very specific genre,
Yeah.
you play dub techno, you just play that.
Yeah.
Like you produce that, we got a couple of tunes out, and the rest you play that genre.
Yeah.
Where will you play? You will play probably once in 6 months. at
Nowhere,
some-
bro.
Yeah, you
I mean,
won't
like people
play.
like Philip and stuff are still doing that.
Yeah, we know so many DJs. We know Prisma, who's been putting out a great sound, but is not getting the, or even Yukato and a lot of these DJs were not getting the platform that they should be. Like they're
Yeah.
releasing on fucking Ram Records in
Shout
UKF.
out, shout out Rohan, one of my favorite DJs.
Yeah,
He's the best.
exactly.
He's a
solid
G.
DJ.
But again, like there's not enough industry or platform to recognize that. And
Correct.
That's just
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
But then
Get your money.
that's what I meant by too many. Because like now, for an event point of view, they're thinking like I have 15K budget.
Yeah.
Is this guy or that guy? This
Yeah.
guy's been putting his whole life into it and
Yeah.
wants that basic minimum respect of this much I want to show up.
Sure.
But then there's like 25 people in queue who will give you exactly what works for your venue, and you'll be like, fuck it.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
And get in like 20 friends of theirs.
Yeah, but at the same
It's a
time, like
promoter business, not a DJ
yeah, but and
business anymore.
at the same time, like not disregarding the economical aspect of DJing. Like, of course, practice a healthy level of balance with like, okay, you can't just come and play whatever you want and then expect to get booked again and again by the promoters who know will pay you a good amount. So, I mean, yes, of course, a level of familiarity is just good business. It is.
Yeah.
But also, like the best brands, and even like in terms of like clothing or in terms of art, like of course, it's familiarity with experimentation.
Get the wings in.
So,
But we can't.
my only advice is do that.
We can't only see this from a DJ's lens or from an artist's sense.
What do you want this-
We
want this
need to think of it from a venue standpoint also.
Right.
Like how would you make a venue work in Delhi? Like,
Correct.
you know?
No, bro,
You
I'll
are?
tell you, I'm making a venue work in Delhi and it's not dependent on either artist or
Yeah,
promoters.
so you had to take a different road, right? Like
Correct.
a fully different concept to make it sustainable.
Yeah. But that's what you do.
And genre is cool that way. I mean, I feel like genre is the only kind of like
No, it was really nice to see a drink that is sort of
Inspired by music.
inspired
Yeah,
by a
so
mind
true.
design track
Yeah.
or something. You know,
Yeah.
that's really out there as a concept, and for it to exist in real life, I think
Right.
kudos, man. I guess
Cheers.
really good.
Yeah, I love that place. And I don't play vinyl, but when I come there, like I always do my best. Like it's
Yeah.
great. What's your hot take
Oh no.
on the scene, bro?
I'm scared.
On the scene is that there is no scene left anymore. Like there's just like a couple of us still trying to like
Yeah,
keep it
maybe.
alive. But like now it's just become like all these promoter DJs.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
Fucking Tabasco hits the back of your throat.
Yeah, it's got a kick to it. This leaves a trail.
That hot.
So good.
I'll still drink that.
I don't mind the pepper cake.
You know?
I can do it.
I like it. It's delicious. Tabasco
Coffee and
sponsored.
pepper. Guava, pineapple. Yeah, it's nice.
Did you get hints of pineapple?
There's no pineapple in this.
Oh, you can try it.
Are you talking shit?
There is. It's hidden behind all the pain and drama. What is that?
It's not bad. Okay.
Wild. Funny, can you get more wings though?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We can switch to the tenders.
The wings are good. I tried the tender. It's not as good.
No?
Yeah.
Damn, you're onto the milk already.
Yeah.
This one's burned in my lips a little bit.
Okay, so let's ask this, Utkarsh. What's the best show you played in India? One that will always stick out to you and be like, damn, that was like that was the one. And you can't say Macfields.
What?
You can't say Macfields.
What?
Macfield doesn't count.
What?
Because Macfields is amazing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Come on. No.
What do you
A
mean?
club show. Not Macfields, and a Banter club show, not Macfields.
Yeah, we get it. You played Mag, bro.
No, it's not that. It's just like it's
No,
not.
we both did that.
It's not that. Other people have played it. It's not that.
Okay, besides Macfields, what is another show that will always stick out to you?
Macfields only because I did it in my way.
Sure,
It was my 10th gig ever, and for me to do my 10th gig in that space that I really thought was one of the peak.
What is this?
We have this sauce.
We have it already. It's lying there. It's the last
We're
one.
gonna reach there.
I was just serving it to you.
Thanks, man.
Double bottle.
Chalo, aa jao.
Yeah, we'll be there soon.
So do you have one?
Yeah, I was just saying just doing MagF in that way, in my own way, where I played the 10 shows that I played in my exact way to end up there. Again, shout out to Mo. But, you good?
It's kicking in.
Damn.
Yeah, we're good. My bad. Go ahead, ignore me.
I think, Box Out Week Wednesdays have been good, AusterWIP parties have been good.
Yeah.
Recently, the show that we played in Juna, I think was 5-hour set. We had everyone locked in till 4 a.m. And just to be able to go through a range of music like that.
Right.
There were like different pockets. Like we started at like our piano and stuff, but there was a pocket that we hit around 124 BPM, housey, groovy, stuck there, and then there was another pocket towards the end at 138 BPM, just like.
He went all over. Like basically the length and breadth of the breadth of my
I have to
discography.
say, it was one of the best experiences of turning up to a console and start playing.
Yeah.
So I feel like in this
So
country,
true.
like the basics of showing up to a place as an artist, as a DJ, I have to first go through, is this shit working? Is it sounding good? Is this happening? It's not my job. Like I didn't come here to fix your sound. Like I came here to
Do a job.
So that is such a minimum requirement, which sometimes feel like it's gonna only be given to you in some cases.
Right.
You know?
It is.
Yeah. So
And I remember like after that show, I told Dame and Munveer both, like I texted them both being like, listen, what you guys have done with this red room, the sound room is special. Like,
it's
it is,
not special. It's basic.
It shouldn't be special.
It's fucking basic,
It shouldn't be,
but it
like,
should be done.
But just having experienced the
fucking
scene.
equipment works. There's nothing special in that. But
no,
like
but
it should
it is a bit more thought out than just the equipment.
No.
working.
I'm not taking away from the venue and the concept.
The acoustics, the sound, the
I'm just talking
lighting,
about that part of
the
turning up
spacing.
to a console and
It's
it
perfect,
working.
yeah.
This should happen, man.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be problematic.
Half the times the cue's not working or some shit or the other.
Fucking jog wheels not responding properly. One
Yeah.
of the knobs not. The knobs are flying away. Like, come on, like this.
Yeah.
We can't have a scene if your fucking knob doesn't work.
Exactly.
So
That's a hot take.
You?
My best time at a show? Okay. Lots of them. I feel like The Halloween Casa Bacardi last year
Okay.
in Bombay was a really good show.
Where was that?
Bombay.
Oh, where in Bombay?
Great.
Because you
great
climbed
Eastern
on
meal.
tables and everyone was looking at you.
No, that was the rum room. No,
AG Street.
that was AG.
Oh, that was sick.
also a sick show.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Also, Kunal had this really funny point. He's like, bro, my price has gone up 25k right after I stood on the fucking table. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, just because I stood on the fucking table, my price has gone up. I was like, fair.
Yeah, it is like that.
The
It did
Ludhiana
go
show
up.
also was great.
Which one?
Ludhiana show.
Ludhiana show he played. Huh?
Ludhiana show. No,
Oh.
Ludhiana show is okay.
The Blase one.
Yeah, that
It was fun.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's ask Pranay because he's come for all of our shows. What was your
He
favorite
fucking
show?
doesn't pull up for half the shows.
But for the shows that you've come for all three of us, like, what was your what's one that stands out in your head?
The Christmas Sundowner was great, where all of you guys were played.
Oh, at
the
DG.
vibe.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was
I don't
all-
think,
that was
like,
Chokshi
great
also, yeah.
songs.
That was a
And
great
Kunal's
day.
Blase set.
Yeah, for sure.
You enjoyed Blase that much?
What's Blase?
Yeah,
I mean, it was.
It's
I
a-
know. It's gone now. No, is it a thing now?
I think they still host shows.
Yeah,
They
I
do?
think so, yeah.
Never. Like I haven't heard it in a while.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
they
should we go
did.
on?
I don't know. Places are
Yeah.
hot. Like Blase is hot. Diablo is hot, and then suddenly it's gone. Like I don't. Where's Diablo now? Like we don't know.
They're not hiring promoters anymore.
Huh?
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
playing.
they're not getting promoters anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's all a promoter.
No, what's
business.
next? That one.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Or should we just skip to the last one?
Why?
Why?
Why? I want to eat more.
Acha, theek
Yeah.
hai. Kha le bhai.
Yeah. No, put
I'll
in the
do a
wing.
tender this time.
Yeah, actually, I might do tender as well. Pranay, you want this?
This one I
No,
haven't.
I'll have the
so
tender.
I know how it tastes like.
I'm gonna put this back.
Is it spicy?
It is spicy, but it's good.
Spicier than this.
This one is
You
hot.
want?
This
Yeah?
one
Wing?
actually.
Okay, so now we're having this
weird
smoky
Yeah.
bhoot. This is the hottest sauce that Nagin makes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one I have this at work. every
Extra
morning.
spicy, 8 out of 10.
Yeah. I think everyone knows.
I dip my
Oh, I didn't know of like any of the hot
I dip my
sauces.
boiled eggs in this shit.
No, the actual.
That's what I do. Yeah, I do. Ask anybody in my office.
Yeah, I have my boiled eggs.
Oh shit, that's a lot.
Oh, bro.
Sauce.
If you aren't used to this, you're fucked.
Yeah?
No,
Yeah.
you're good. You're good.
Abey yaar.
You're good.
ठीक है.
Let him
For the
feel-
views.
Let him feel something.
Alright.
I bet. Here you go. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
You
Okay,
good?
let everybody like.
Yeah, sure,
put
sure,
it.
sure.
Okay, so we'll also have a question for this time. Which fictional character would you want to be?
Be the shit out of? Fictional guy. I don't want to be the shit out of.
Like a superhero and shit?
Like just a fictional character. Can be anyone.
Wow, that's such a tough question.
Man. I don't carry so much hate.
So what here for like?
There's real people. I want to beat the shit out of.
Wait, I'm
You can
thinking
name
about
it. This is not as bad, bro.
No?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good, no? Yeah, good sauce.
Oh. Where you go?
Yeah. That is okay.
Oh. There's one. Have you watched what's it called? White Lotus, the TV show, season 2. You know the son character, like there's the grandfather, the father, and the son. That fucking son, like who like
Season 1, season 2.
season 2 when they're in Italy, in Sicily.
Yeah.
So there's that the kid who like is just like who basically wants to send money to the
Right, the whole.
oh, wow. I was gonna say sex worker, but anyway.
Hooker is good, yeah.
I wanted a fucking punch, dude. I hated him.
Fair.
He was so annoying. I was like, you fucking bitch. Like, Shahzad, you're such a.
Okay, we'll dive right into the next one because this wasn't as hot for me.
Alright, back, man. Good for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, this I eat every day.
Okay, pass me your wing.
Yes, sir. I will have a wing as well. Do you have a character you want to beat up?
For some reason, when you when
Oh,
he said,
and long legs from Long Legs. Fucking irritating.
I don't know what you're talking.
Oh, Nicolas Cage, that horror movie that he did.
No, I don't think fictional
Oh,
characters are that
smart.
important. Real people. Salman Khan. Fuck Salman Khan. Shit out of it.
You'll have to beat that. That's called.
Yeah, that you can't say,
That's a
bro.
hot thing.
We'll get fucking nuked for that.
Okay, talk about the sauce a bit. What sauce?
What
is
we
this?
have? We have the Hot Cha Bhoot Hot Ketchup. This also looks desi, I think. It's a Global Flavors Desi Spice.
Desi.
So it's got the same pepper as the last sauce. This one
This one was blue, no? Yeah.
Yeah, this one is, I think this one is That's a Kick.
Let's find out.
A 4 on 5.
A 4 on 5?
Yes, sir. I think a little bit more. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's not bad. Like, it doesn't look like it's going to be
Yeah.
that spicy.
Shout out to all the Indian hot sauce companies, man.
Yeah.
Good.
They're doing
That's
a
cool.
good job.
I hope you all go on hot ones one day. For now, you settle for this.
I need to switch back to wings.
I was like sweet.
That flew by, like, I don't feel much.
Not it.
Nah. That was nothing.
Yeah, it's actually...
That was nothing. Do better, hot chow. It's like your packaging is not what the product is. Anyway.
It just lacks depth.
Yeah.
It's just
feels
like a...
It came and went.
Watered down.
Yeah.
sauce.
Not it. Which was your favorite sauce till now?
This one. The
Right.
mild one. It was the most flavorful.
The hot one was also good.
Which one?
The hot nugget one.
Yeah, and the Tabasco. I really like that Tabasco. I might steal that from you.
This was very spicy.
Yeah, you
That
like
was
that.
tasty.
Do you have another question?
I have a bunch of questions.
Huh? Keep asking. Like fun questions now, no?
Okay, what's your guilty pleasure? Do you guys have a guilty pleasure? I'm
No.
sure everyone does.
No pleasure is guilty for
No
me.
pleasure is guilty, okay.
Yeah, I just have weird segments on YouTube that I
Oh, yeah.
kind of end up like... I'll randomly start watching Cristiano Ronaldo goal highlights.
Sick.
Okay,
But that's
that
like
should
guy
be-
shit. That's like what
Yeah,
this
but
is what
this
boys
is like, yeah, I know there's nothing of value for
Yeah.
me there now. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, but on a day when you're hungover or some shit, like you start watching.
Yeah.
Some
I think my
old
guilty
Jimmy
pleasure-
Fallon
sorry.
or some shit, and you're just like, yeah, I would say that's something that I don't want to do, but I end up doing
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I think guilty pleasure for me is just doom scrolling, man. I think just that after work, getting into bed, it's like fuck. Oh god, I love it. But I
That's-
always feel guilty.
That's addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure because it's so pleasurable, but I am just feeling like complete just shit while I'm doing
Brain
it.
rot, dude. Like, you don't
Yeah.
It's
know if
mind-numbing.
pleasurable.
It's so mind numbing.
It's
Yeah.
for mine. Okay, we'll dive right into the last one.
Let's do it. Oh, this one is hard.
This is the fucking OG one. It's called Bhoot, right? It's BHUT.
Yeah, it's boot. Yeah.
Jolokia.
So yeah, so
Jolokia is the name of the pepper.
ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's called Bhuj
It
Jolokia.
comes from
Okay,
Eastern
yeah.
India. It's like the most hottest pepper in the world.
Sick.
But not anymore. Now there's another one.
Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, that's like everybody watches all
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
What the fuck, guys? You're on some other...
Yeah, bro.
Your YouTube recommendations, something else.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Okay, how many...
I think
drops do I
5
put?
drops.
5 you said?
Just
You guys are doing well.
dab generously.
Yeah.
With love, dude. Where are you?
I think there's a capsule on it, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Man's high.
There you go.
Man's high on Chile.
Who's your favorite person to go back to back?
Back to back with?
Yeah.
I have not played enough.
Oh shit, that's
you
more
were
than
supposed to
5
say me,
drops.
but
Okay, you.
I put more than 5 drops.
now you're good. I think you live.
No, bro.
Soopy
That's
will do
not
better.
good.
Bruv, I'm gonna shit blood tomorrow.
Not 8, bro. Not 8.
That's 5, bruv.
No.
Oh, fine, give me this guy.
No,
You're
yeah.
call me a pussy, then like
Yeah.
obviously
You're
I'm
a
gonna
pussy.
You know I
There's
can't.
no offense in being called a pussy. Pussies are great.
Fuck, that's a lot, bro.
No,
Shit,
that's still not enough. We let you go.
motherfucker. Have you had this sauce before?
Whoa.
Show your wing. Show your.
Bro,
the
this is.
gap.
I'm telling you, this one is
Pick
no
up the
joke.
I'm very.
Oh shit.
I'm not like.
Fully lathered.
Bro, this one is not easy. Okay, fine. You know what?
Yeah.
Live your life, fam. Enjoy yourself. Alright.
Okay.
Is this the last question of the podcast?
Yeah, we'll also find the last question. Thoughts on the ongoing Diddy case and the 1,000.
I can't believe it.
I knew it.
Utkarsh in the car on the way was like, hey, I hope we talk about Diddy.
Diddy.
If you're asking Diddy, he did.
Diddy.
He did. I'm just kind of glad that, kind of call out people beforehand. Beyonce. I know there's something evil there.
Yeah?
And I'm glad there's shit coming out around her.
I'm good.
I think Yeah, it's like
It is hot.
It's hot though.
It's
you
hot.
motherfucker, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, fair.
I think I swallowed this sauce.
Yeah, that's gonna probably hurt you a bit later.
Yeah.
But
This is hot.
yeah.
Okay, Diddy did it.
Diddy did it.
Diddy did it. What do you feel?
I mean,
Oh
He's
shit.
gonna die in jail.
there'll be a trial. Let me see what
You
happens.
think lots of government secrets, like American government secrets with him? Like,
With
No,
Diddy?
they just-
Yeah.
No.
he's just fucked up?
I think,
Just
I think
weird sex.
he's just a freak. He's just a freak.
Yeah.
He does freaky shit.
But like, should you
Where?
be put in jail?
How good?
I told you, fam.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Should you be put in jail to be doing freaky shit?
No. If you
Yeah, non-consensual.
non-consensually, yes, you should be put in
Yeah.
jail for that shit, for sure. Yeah, but I love just like how fuck.
Guys, make for anyone?
Now it's good, fam. Tequila, fam. Yeah.
Tequila is gonna make it worse, no?
Caliente, bro.
Caliente.
But yeah, it is fun just like seeing like after like all of these allegations and shit. It's like now like my reels have just become like old interviews with people who always like, yeah, oh, he knew back then 15 years ago they said this. I'm like, acha. So there's a burden of proof basically. But
Is there more fucking water or something?
My water also has hot sauce now.
Now we got water right there.
I told you.
I love being here. In this
We're late.
place.
Ye desi hai?
Wow.
Acha, shout out to these guys also, bro.
All.
Oh, this is delicious. Fuck, this is so good. Okay, sorry, I'm not.
I just want to see how far it goes. How many more names come out?
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a lot of people
Yeah.
working their ass
Same
off
as
right
like
now.
that Epstein case.
Yeah, same, yeah. Well, I don't know. Ask a different last question.
Different last question?
Yeah. Whew.
Okay, we'll do this once again. Hot take on the music industry.
Why you weren't happy with what
No.
we said? But we talked about so much. I'm good. What is this? Chocolate? Here you go.
Okay, best city to get drunk.
Pranay,
Yeah.
chocolate, my friend.
Yes,
To get
that's
drunk,
really
Goa. Well, go to state, but Goa.
good. Yeah, was fun.
Yeah. Or Bombay, but Goa and Bombay.
Goa.
Also Pune. I also had good times in Bangalore.
Bombay for me.
Bombay? Yeah. Best bar scene?
Bombay.
Bombay? Not Goa?
Best bar scene,
Yeah.
Goa.
Goa.
Good bar hopping scene.
Yeah.
There's enough options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Any closing remarks from all of you?
I don't know, man. It was fun. I'm just like, this was fucking hot.
Okay.
Last one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
think
dying. I've lost my chain of thought.
Yeah, no fair.
I think go out, man. Have fun.
Yeah.
Do parties, like, you know. Like,
Yes,
just,
throw
like-
more interesting parties for sure.
Yeah, your fit is nice. We see it. It's
Yeah.
all good. You're gonna put it out tomorrow. Also, you're gonna repost everything. It's
Yeah.
cool. But when you're there, have fun. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you don't need to pretend. Just be easy. Like,
I think I said this at the last ever Box Out Wednesday that we did. I think like when I was doing like my closing remarks or my speech or whatever, I was like, okay, like we've been doing this for 7 years now, and you know it's been this important movement kind of thing. And it's like it's given birth to so many other DJs and
artists,
scenes and
music.
artists and radio shows, and I still feel like the vacuum that's been kind of left behind after the end of Box Out Wednesdays has not been occupied yet. And I feel like somebody should maybe take it, but it's a lot harder now to do that. I feel like because you know it's not like a novel thing anymore.
Right.
But
but we have to come together. People who've been through that journey have to
Correct.
come together and take this on as a challenge. That can a venue actually exist
Yeah.
in a
Yeah, so true.
non-traditional way, where the only way to like make money is like sell alcohol. Or
yeah,
something.
I would say shout out to the Warehouse Mix people. I think those guys are like I haven't been for a lot of their shows, but I just see like the kind of community that they've garnered, and that's just how authentic and true how true they are to their sound
Yeah.
and to like community dancing, house music, all that really pure stuff. I love that. I think those guys are like probably.
It might not be for everyone.
Yeah.
But I hope they blow up. I hope they become much bigger.
I hope they don't blow up.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean. I hope they
stay alive.
I hope they capture a larger audience through what they're doing so authentically. Yeah, and yeah, just
Now I just hope there's more alternate stories.
Correct.
There are more different narratives.
There are more cultures that come
and
in.
more narratives that are built almost with like a global perspective.
Right.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
so-
you know,
yeah.
more stories that are local to us but built with that global narrative
Yeah.
that can be recognized.
'Cause
I
like-
feel like there are 9 on 10 DJs here who play these parties, and there are 4 on 10 DJs in Europe or whatever, but they're playing much better venues and much
Right.
better and like much better agencies. I just hope there's like enough global narratives that we start to also jump around,
Yeah.
hop around, play venues everywhere, and like and build the industry around it.
Fair shout.
It comes from having this.
it's happening in fashion already. Like so many of like your friends designers, our friends designers from like Ritvik, Karu, all these guys who like again an Indian story but now given
Global.
to a global
But
audience.
there's a sustainable business model attached
Yeah,
to it.
but I want to see
with
that
music,
implemented
like,
with music.
Music with a
Somehow.
lot of time people, I
With
don't know,
DJing specifically.
for some reason associate some sort of struggle to artistry.
Yeah.
No, it's not needed. You
Nah,
don't need
yeah.
to struggle. You can come up with a sustainable concept
I think so.
that can make money and you can still be artistic.
Fair.
I think it's a challenge for all of us to look into,
Yeah.
but I hope we get there.
Okay.
But overall, are you optimistic about the future of the scene in India, or are you not? That's last point. Are
At
you
this point
bullish
in
or
time-
bearish?
I'm Delulu.
Yeah.
I'll always wish for good parties and I'll always rock up if it's
I have a good time when I go out, but I don't have an opinion on the future because I'm not a part of.
But
building
are you
it.
hopeful though?
I am hopeful.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, so am I. Then we all are.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this shit anymore.
Right. Okay.
Hey, bet.
So
more
on that
wings?
note, yeah, no, not anymore. So on that note, this was the last episode of season 1 of
Hey,
Nightcap with
season
KSC.
finale.
season closer,
Shout out
baby.
the Grey Box, Soopy, Pranay,
Shout out
and
KSC,
everybody
shout out
else.
Pranay.
Our KSC, shout out
The
sauce.
team, boom.
Hey, good job. Yes, sir.
I finished, but we can order.
Yeah, I have.
Yes, sir. Oh, sick,
Thank
dude.
you,
That was
bro.
fun.
Cheers, bro.
Thank you
so
for
much
having
fun.
us.
Thank you guys for staying so late.
On the